This episode of the Mandalorian podcast comes with a bit of a warning. Viewer discretion is advised. Extreme hunger may ensue with today's topic, as well as dark humor is about. You have been warned.
Oloram Baljate Ter Nervore. Welcome to another session of Late Night Podcast with your host, Cadis and Zelna More. I think we're going to do this more often nighttime, just because I think it's going to work out better with everybody's schedules. We've got more people showing up the last two nights than we have during the mornings.
I do miss
That being said, we've got 2 language lessons today, thanks to our Joe Hassad Shannon. And the first one is going to be covering some titles and roles that are used to address other Mandalorians. We have number 1 being scholar or scientist, which is Mir-Ad, and that is spelled M-I-R, Beton or apostrophe, A-D, and again that is Mir-Ad. We have leadership or command, that is Alom, spelled A-L-O-M, Alom. We have leader, which is Alor, which all of us who are in the Discords know those as the leadership or the Alore, the people who have the red tags in the server.
Is it Laura or Laura?
Alor is the singular. The plural will add the E at the end for Alore. Basically, that's a chief, officer, a constable, a boss, a chancellor. If you want to say royal, Alorish, which is a more mostly a sarcastic remark. It's like, no, look at that royal over there. Look at that Alorish. And that is spelled A-L-O-R, just like Alor, and with a Y-C at the end for Alorish. We have fighter or gladiator, Akanor, spelled A-K-A-A-N-U-R, Akanor. We have corporal, Alarus, spelled A-L-O, Beton, U-U-S, Alorus. We have captain, Alorad, basically like captain of a ship. And that one is spelled A-L-O-R, Beton, A-D, Alorad. We have guard, Aran, A-R-A-N, Aran for guard. Spy, which we have one of those in our midst right now, Aruhutun.
Yeet.
I remember when she posted this lesson, it's like, hey, there's my name. I'm sorry if that comes out across as yelling. That's just how it came across to me. It's like, hey, my name's on there. So that one, just like the way he spells it in the Discord server, A-R-U, Beton, H-U-T-U-U-N, Aru Hutun. If you want to say enemy or rival, it's Arue, and that is spelled A-R-U, Beton, E, Arue. And moving on up to the second lesson is some more titles and roles for Mando Odds. We've got comedian, actor, or player, Nuad, N-U-H, Beton, A-D, Nuad. We've got bounty hunter, Beroya, B-E-R-O-Y-A, Beroya. We've got jailer, Ta'el, T-A, Beton, A-Y-L. We've got crusader, Shukar, S-H-U-K-A-R, Shukar. Servant, Jagana, J, Beton, A-G-A-A-N-A, Jagana. We've got Doctor, Ja'ad, J-A-H, Beton, A-D, Ja'ad. Kamikaze, Jare. Jare, Jare, which is kamikaze, someone taking a foolish, fatal risk, is the literal translation. A Jedi or Jati, Jetii, Jati. Plural Jedi, Jatise, Jetiise, Jatise. The Death Watch is Kitzad, the literal name for the Death Watch from the show. Kitzad, Kyr, Benton, Tsad, and okay, sorry, that's the last one. It's just a literal Death Society breakaway Mandalorian sect. And those are our 2 lessons that were provided to us by the Johassad. Moving on into our topics of today, we've got 3 of them, so we'll try to move from one to the other to the final one. I'm sure we'll mix them in a little bit like usual. But we've got animal husbandry, livestock. We've got our animal companions, and my gut's going to enjoy this one. Food are our topics for today. So if we've got anybody that has joined in that would like to talk about our first topic of animal husbandry or livestock, that would be very much appreciated, because I pretty much don't know shit or Osik about any of that.
Look at all those chickens.
Ooh, that actually reminded me. Have any of you been on TikTok recently and saw the Chicken Wars?
It is completely and totally epic.
Yes, it is.
It's also gotten way out of hand.
No, I'm not gonna lie. That is true.
So, I've had my share of livestock caretaking, and I refer to livestock caretaking because there was an ongoing debate within the community that I was a part of on whether or not these livestock were going to be pets or food. And to this day, I don't know what the outcome of that was, because we did end up selling most of them off because obviously I am no longer a part of that community just because life took me away from it.
Yeah.
No harm, no foul. And
They were money.
Yeah. And everybody else in the community, they kind of fell apart because myself and the mother of... So there was a big family that I was good friends with, so that's why I say community. Me and the mother were the primary caretakers for most of the livestock. So when I left, it was left to her, and she was a full-time worker, and she pretty much said, screw this, I'm not... All my kids wanted these to like, ha ha, he he, whatever.
Like,
So
hey,
there
look
was
at
a
this,
lot of
we got
time
chickens.
Yeah, well, cows, turkeys, goats, geese, ducks.
My mother
There was quite a bit.
in the backyard. That's about all I know. I feed the seed filler sometimes.
Fresh eggs, man. Fresh eggs.
And some of the big things that you got to watch out for, like I live in the southeast region of the United States, and you do have to make sure that you are vigilant whenever you have egg-laying chickens, to make sure that other predators are not taking advantage of the free food.
I.e. your coyotes, your foxes, your snakes.
Yep, and then if anybody is
Other
familiar with an
people.
animal called a chicken hawk, there's a animal called a chicken hawk. It's in the hawk family, obviously, and it kills chickens for fun. Like, it won't even kill them for food. It kills them for fun, and it's considered an endangered animal in the state I live in. And all I'm gonna say is that thing only managed to live because there was never a clean shot. It was always up in a tree. If it ever was on the ground, I was ready. I was like, I will.
That's the same
Sorry, you're
way with
threatening our
snakes and gators. Now, I can't help if a snake goes up underneath my lawnmower and commits suicide. If it wants to unalive itself, My lawnmower is there for it.
All I gotta say is, in regards to the chicken hawk, saw a video of a farmer that was raising chickens. Said to get there's a particular black chicken breed that apparently chicken hawks do not fuck with because they think it's something else. I believe.
Yeah, and I personally hate roosters. Every rooster we had, I hated those things, man, because they were so loud, so obnoxious, and I hated them. But they were a necessity.
I'm sure the cocks hated you too.
Absolutely, we had a hate relationship, but it was a necessity.
What you're saying is you love to hate cock?
Oh, there was no love to hate them. There was no love about it at all. It was pure
phrasing.
Hate, like dark side. I
Use your anger. Give in to your feelings. Do it.
Let it flow through you.
And then we had 2 turkeys too, and like it got to the point where one of the turkeys, if you didn't go into the yard, with the lead pipe in your hand, and it wasn't like this thing you would just have to show it to him. No. And some people might be like, it's animal abuse. No, not when it's trying to take you down.
If the animal is attacking you and that's self-defense. I don't care what you're talking about. If the animal's
trying to unalive you, that's now self-defense.
And that was the big thing, is I'm the human, so I knew like how much force I could use without causing damage, but enough force to get it to reevaluate its life decisions.
Oh no, depending on how close it is to Thanksgiving, that's dinner.
Mm-hmm.
That is now
those
dinner.
Those were the ones we had many conversations on pets or food.
Turkeys are
They're
always
food
food.
until they try to unalive you.
They're pets until it's time to eat.
I was always told that fish are friends, not food.
Then tell me why flounder is so delicious.
Oh, that reminds me of another one that I saw. I'm sorry, I'm getting off topic here, but the submersible we were talking about.
Do we really want to talk about that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
Gonna date this.
Yes.
I'm leaving it in. I'm telling you.
Somebody took a scene from the live-action Ariel, and when she was saying one of the lines, like a part of his world, and she does a somersault, the Titan sub came and smacked her in the face and yeeted her away.
Oh.
It's like Will Smith, yeah, just right into her.
I'm trying to remember the name of the company. Hold up.
Ocean Gate.
Okay.
Keep Ocean Gate's name out your frickin' mouth.
But it's so easy to stay in my mouth right now.
Phrasing.
Phrasing.
Yeah. I just like it in my mouth.
Phrasing.
Oh, now it's willful. Now it's willful.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, first we were talking about cocks. Now we're talking about things being in your mouth.
I have a problem.
I mean, he probably looks cuter with something in his
This
mouth, too.
You're a
this
talker.
podcast went to PG-13 already.
Oh no, these
are rated M for mature.
Explicit, so
These are explicit, no matter what the subject.
just because of the cursing that we may or may not do, and what level of cursing.
Oh no! It's not if
this
there's.
whole thing is supposed to be a language podcast, and we're using the profanity side of it almost explicitly.
It's almost like everyone's prefers to learn those first.
I can make it explicit first. So we were talking about the pets, whether they're pets or food.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
They're pets until they fuck around and find out.
Exactly.
That's what I was saying. Well, once they start trying to unalive you, they're dinner.
It reminds me of I think it was PETA. had a billboard of like, where do you draw the line for, where do you draw the line? And it was like cat, dog, your house pets, and then like horse, cattle, chickens, fish. It was like, let's see, we draw the line here. Everything to the left is pets / apocalyptic food source. This section here is going
Don't
to
forget
be.
if you're in Asia, the cats and dogs count.
Oh no, the standard house pets. That's like apocalyptic. Shit hits the fan. I need food. Guess what?
Yeah.
Then it's like
Fluffy.
the horse and those kind of animals are like, okay, that's emergency. Like,
Oh, we lost Aru.
oh no, he had to go save Fluffy.
Or he was getting hungry.
Probably are. I know I am.
I am too. I'm waiting for dinner, man.
Ah.
We all came hungry to the wrong
Apparently.
podcast.
Especially when the last topic is food.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, but it's like,
Oh, there we go. We'll be able to talk about what we're having. There we go. How
I'm
about
not
that?
gonna I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably gonna have to deuce out before we even get there because I'm hungry too.
just join in. You know, SMR nom nom nom.
I mean, yeah, Zell over here was chowing down on a bag of chips earlier, so.
I like my knockoff Fritos. But
I'm sorry, what the fuck are knockoff Fritos? I've never seen those.
you know how like stores have like their
Really?
brand?
The great value.
Yeah, like the Great Value brand Fritos, corn chips, whatever you want to call them.
Okay, apparently my monitor decided to go the fuck to sleep, so I need to turn a game on.
Okay. That was random.
My monitor just went the fuck to sleep. It doesn't normally do that. So I'm launching one of my games so that the PC will recognize that I'm actually trying to do something.
Speaking of the whole submarine thing, Cadus, have you seen the this week's ghost skin for Destiny 2?
You saw the new ship in Destiny 2, did you not?
Please tell me they did it.
The ship,
please.
the ship. I did not. I did not see the ship. I saw the ghost skin though. It said,
Okay,
"Damn, Bungie,
hold on.
someone wasn't thinking very
Seeing
straight."
as I happen to be loading that particular game, I'm gonna launch in, and I will share my screen for y'all to see.
Yes, please.
I can't view shared screen. Take a
Okay,
picture
so
of it, send it to me.
what is there a word for caffeine?
Stand by. I think there is.
Mm,
If not,
Servers are not available. Fuck off.
that's why I haven't played Destiny 2 yet, because it says servers are always down for me. Welcome in, C.
Hello.
Has anybody explained to them how to be able to speak?
You'll need to switch to push to talk C if you wish to partake in our
Yeah,
discussion.
this is their first time in here. If you're on PC, right-click your name, go down to video. I'm sorry, not video. Server profile. Once you're in server profile, go down to voice and video, and then you will be able to go voice activity, push to talk, and you will want to do the push to talk section. That's if you want to join. That's if you want to join in and be a part of the podcast. If not,
You can
feel
be
free to type
cheesy.
in your questions or comments in the chat.
I currently have no word for caffeine at the moment.
Oh, look at that! I've got a 1 moment, please, due to increased traffic. Okay, not a lot of people do, so we just put that out there.
Mm-hmm.
CAF.
So we were able, on a side note and update for kind of how things are rolling, we were able to get one more keeper of the way in order to try and help process more people in the interview server.
Oh, the
I'm not gonna lie.
Kabur.
Yeah, the Kaburs. I'm not gonna lie. There's a pretty good backup right now, and we're trying to address it. But we think the problem is that because it took too long, so many of the Kaburs were dealing with life stuff or burnt out. That then the people needing an interview kind of stopped paying as much attention to it. So we're about to start
Recruiting.
well, not necessarily recruiting, but trying to get everyone's attention again.
Okay, good to know. Nice little PSA for those who
Wish to join.
are in the. That interview is just a vetting process to make sure we're weeding out the bots and stuff. It's just simple questions. How do you feel about this tenant, or what are your thoughts on this one? How do you follow through with this one? That kind of stuff. Sounds like I might be getting some thunder outside.
The
I'm on battery
interview
backup,
process,
so.
really, at the end of the day, is number one, like he said, bots, and then number two, it's a safeguard for the community to make sure that we don't get the people, and not to get terribly political, but the people who were talking about storming the White House Capitol, and not only storming it, but like trying to burn it down or something like that. Like, regardless of where you stand on that political topic, I think we can all agree that trying to burn down the White House while it was being occupied is too far.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you. This is the official stance of the Allure, the admin group. We stay out of politics.
Yep.
As a whole. We're not saying do not talk about it, but as a religion, we have to push that to the side, and we don't care which side of the aisle you're on. As long as you're following the tenets, that's all we care about. Other than that, feel free to be who you are, what you want to do. We just don't talk. We just don't talk politics, unless you want to DM each other.
Would you like me to read the official statement utilized by most of the Kabur regarding politics?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. I just know the PR Facebook group. That's our stance on it.
Yeah, absolutely. So first and foremost, ultimately, this is the way. It is a movement which is not at all affiliated with any other religious movement, political belief system, or philosophy other than itself, and should not be used to further any of those things. Prior religious affiliations or practices are fine as long as they do not interfere with your ability to follow the way. We judge others only by their actions and not by their background, prior religious affiliation, political views, etc. And that's a really long way of saying this is the way, and there is only the way, and we should not be trying to mix the way with any other religion, political view, ideology, stance, identification, anything of the sorts.
Ubiquity. This is the way.
So,
Ubiquity.
I have a better, an American way to put it. Separation of church and state.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that doesn't work too well in America anymore. Oh, yep, I was right. I was hearing thunder.
Thankfully, we're already past the lesson.
Oh no, I'm on a battery backup for my Wi-Fi and my PC, so
that's good.
I'll have at least a little while of battery before anything really happens.
But back to our topic.
Make sure that battery is connected to the router.
Oh, it is. It's on the battery backup side. That and the tower.
It's ready.
And maybe a monitor.
Well, back to animal husbandry.
Yes. Okay, Zembre just messaged. Won't be able to join for about another 30 minutes.
I'm sure we can
But it
stretch
looks like
it
she's
out.
still going to try to join.
I'm sure we could stretch it out. Or did we want to rearrange a bit? Because I know they were the ones that we were mainly going to be talking to in regards to animal husbandry, seeing as they've done her and her Ridur has done quite amazing things
Oh yeah, they have.
for their little homestead that they got.
Yeah,
going
let's
on.
go ahead and move on to the animal companions, and then we'll just circle back to the husbandry. Now that we've gotten confirmation that she will be coming.
Real quick, Vod Arch, I believe that's what your name is supposed to be.
Well, that's what it reads.
If you're wishing to join in, you'll have to switch to push to talk. Just giving you the heads up.
I think he has been in here before.
Okay.
I think that's also one of our initiates into the Armorers Guild. Oh, he sent a voice message. I'm going to listen to this real quick.
Yeah.
Oops, that was a screenshot.
Wrong button.
Well, in the interim, I'm gonna probably run inside real quick, go get me a bite to eat, and then my current animal companion is staring me down because she heard food. God help me.
Yeah, he
But I
said
will
that
be back,
he has.
guys.
So if he wants to talk, he's more than willing and more than able to.
Welcome to.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. It didn't work out that way.
So animal companionship.
So me personally, I now have 3 animals. I've got 2 kutikas, fur babies, and my girlfriend has. I personally have the one shepherd boxer mix. My Jean, she's 5 years old now, working on year 6. My girlfriend has a purebred German Shepherd who's laying down next to me at the moment, who is 1 year old, named Leo. And the cat, I have no idea the breed or the age, but her name is Jessie.
I don't think anyone really knows unless they're from a breeder what a cat's breed actually is, unless
Yeah.
there's very.
I know she's a
characteristics.
chonky girl. She's a chonky kitty.
Chunk not good. Need to walk.
Actually, if anything, she's probably perched up on the girlfriend's desk in the other bedroom, just looking out on the Dominion.
Probably trying to figure out how to set the world on fire.
Well, I haven't heard any meowing, so. Oh, that's right. She did put the litter box in that room too, so don't have to worry about finding.
Can I torture you guys real quick?
Depends on what it is.
Oh, spirits help us.
Pork chop, salmon, mashed potatoes, corn.
He's moved on to our third and final topic, it sounds like.
Mhm.
I had chicken nuggies and French fries for lunch. My Ba'ad's 10th birthday party today.
Happy
Ba'ad
birthday.
is nephew, by the way.
I have a bad habit of not eating, and this is
Far
my
from
first
used.
meal of the day.
Honestly, that would be about the right time for my lunch at work, depending on how busy we are. I either get to go at 6 o'clock, or I might not get to go. I actually had a word with my manager about that. I was like, I'm not able to take lunch every day. He's like, that's stopping now. You're going to lunches. I was like, thank you.
Should we just skip
was
right to
not
food?
happy.
Should we just skip right? Because we seem to be circling back to food being the topic that we keep circling back to.
think
So should we just talk about food and brewing, or do we want to actually wait for Vodam
Jahalir.
Jahalir to come back? Because I know he's got some insights that can play off of you, Candace, to Cadus, in regards to like brewing mead, because I know that's part of that subject as well.
I don't know if it was or not. I think that was a separate topic. Let me go back and look.
I was pretty sure that we were putting food and brewing together.
I mean, we
It,
can.
it,
There's no
it, wa-
reason we
it,
can't.
it was a separate topic, but they were kind of neck and neck to where I thought we were just going to put those
Yeah,
two together.
food and homebrew can be a joint topic too.
Mm-hmm. As for me, my two kutikas, Patrick and Nadia, are just adorable little fluff balls, pure white German shepherds, brother and sister. Sadly, we couldn't get the mother when we adopted them. Got them too. Was thinking about it. Was gonna go back and get the mother, but she was already adopted out.
That's how I got my dog. A coworker had pups. Well, obviously she didn't, but her dog had pups. Sorry, let's clarify that. And the place that she was at was not allowing her to keep them, so I was like, "I'll take one."
Yeah, if I had to say anything, I would recommend going to shelters if you're wanting cats or dogs. Go to a shelter. They deserve love too.
Rescue babies are fun.
Rescue babies have so much love to them. Like I can't stress enough.
Especially the older ones.
Oh, yeah.
Especially the older ones.
Jen, you be quiet, young lady. They're not trying to break in, and they'll hear you barking. We're safe.
Eric,
and if they do break in, they'll fuck around and find out what happens.
Tally ho!
We ride at dawn, bitches!
But if you're gonna adopt a rescue pet, I know they usually have the older ones. They don't really ask much for them. And if you're wanting to get a puppy, get them both, especially if the older one.
Oh yeah.
The older dogs typically are actually very gentle with pups or kitten
tolerant.
Cats and, tolerant, yeah.
That and the older dog can teach the pup how to properly behave.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I will 100% agree on that. My girlfriend's dog, when I helped her move from the city she was in to where we are now, her dog could not stand being in the crate. Constant barking, whining, everything. I tell my dog, Jen, let's go to bed. And she goes to our bedroom door, and he's like, wait a minute, is it actually time? It's like, he's just staring her down. And he's just sat back down probably because I didn't get up. But he'll go and walk over to his crate now. Because I'll put him in, if my girlfriend's not home, I'll put him in crate, and my dog will go in the bedroom with me. Because I don't trust this motherfucker not to eat something. Because I went in there just to lay down for like 20 minutes to take a quick nap. I come back out, I still haven't cleaned it up. But I had one of those muffin bites things.
Mm-hmm.
I put the wrapper in my trash can, and it is now spread out among my living room floor. Because he decided to get in it and wanted to see what Daddy was eating.
Yeah, my what's the word? Scrolling up.
What animal?
Not animal. Daughter, little one, child, family. My Borer, my father. Bouyer. My father was a dog handler for the Navy. This is a story from his time in there for one of his good friends of his. While on patrol, they have their dogs with them in their vehicles, of course. My dad's buddy had a bag of Cheetos. So he's eating the Cheetos. Something happens. He has to get out of the car. He bundles it up, sticks it under the seat. His dog's sitting in the passenger seat this entire time, doing what she's trained to do. Belgian Malinois, mind you. He gets out, does what he was needed to get out to do, comes back in. There's the Cheeto bag, opened up, sitting in his seat, and his canine companion is sitting there at attention, facing front, with a bright orange Cheeto dusted muzzle. Like, I didn't do that.
Like, no, you left those there. I didn't touch it.
Exactly. So,
I love how we're combining both conversations.
Yes.
Food and animals.
Rule of thumb with canines: nose level. Nose level or lower, it's fair game to them.
Oh yeah. Hence, the trash can might need to move.
100% agree with that.
You said you disagree with that?
No, I'll agree with it.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, because whenever like something would happen, or we'd have food lying around or something, and the dogs got a hold of it and ate it, my dad would always be like, "Why are you yelling at me for? Was it at nose level?" Yeah, well, oh well.
Now, see, even if it's not at nose level, if the dog can get up to it, it's still fair game.
Mm-mm.
Oh yeah, I've had two German short hairs that'll constantly get up on the counter and reach all the way back and scrape anything they can right to the floor.
Okay, here's what defines nose level. Nose level is while on all fours.
That's fair.
Full-grown German Shepherd that's within arm reach of a person.
Mm-hmm.
A teacup Chihuahua, just punt the little fucker away.
Teacup Chihuahua? That's not a dog. That's a bobblehead.
Massive.
Feisty motherfuckers, though.
As I said last time we talked about animal companions, top 5 dogs have Dachshunds and Chihuahuas as being the top dogs.
Hey, look,
being
man.
The most aggressive.
The smaller the dog, the more aggressive.
If someone breaks in, they will alert you. That's their job.
Well, y'all know what Chihuahuas were initially bred for, right?
Nope.
I don't.
Food?
No. Well, no, not food. Not really.
It's like, well, okay, no.
Bear hunting.
Interesting.
I was gonna guess rat hunting.
Nope, bear hunting.
That would be cannibalism. They're hunting themselves on the rat hunting.
The thing about Chihuahuas is at the time they were so cheap that you can get like a whole pack to basically flush out a bear, and while the bear is distracted, the hunter can go in and do the kill. And if the bear ended up killing a couple of the Chihuahuas, oh well, just replace them.
Yeah, the Chihuahuas basically just scream for the Emperor and just charge.
Yeah, basically they are the Astartes. No, not the Astartes.
Is it no? It's the
Sanctum Militarum.
the flood. The flood's Halo. What the fuck is the?
Talk about the human factions that are literally just your normal people, not the Space Marines.
I was thinking about the swarm creatures, whatever the hell there are.
From Halo or?
No, from 40K.
From 40K?
Oh, no idea. Don't play it. Warhammer.
The space bugs.
Oh,
I don't know why I cannot think of the name right now.
Tyranids?
Yeah, they're basically Tyranids.
Yeah, Tyranids. Just swarmy ass motherfuckers.
I need to share this with y'all real quick. This is in one of my gaming channels. I need to save it first. Hold on.
Which one?
The clan channel. One that you're more than likely not my server.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say which one because I'm not seeing anything.
I'm definitely looking for a place to move to that's going to have a longer growing season. So we're looking at Tennessee or Arkansas right now.
What are you looking for?
Just a place to live. I'm really sick of Minnesota.
Nice. You
Come-
just moved there.
Come to Texas.
Oklahoma's okay. Oh, hey, yeah. Oklahoma.
See, I'd like to come to Texas, however, border situation mostly.
You got a Trashir, right?
Oh, now most of eastern Arkansas is farmland, but there's a lot of land that could be for sale to build a house. Tennessee, on the other hand, actually, I don't know about Arkansas. I know Tennessee, Mississippi, we're constitutional carry.
Oh yeah, no, that's another reason I want to go to Tennessee specifically, and the freedom suppressor law.
I'm sorry, the what?
They have didn't they basically say that within the state borders, SBRs and suppressors are not NFA items?
I don't know. I hadn't been looking into it.
Yeah,
Because
so
I know
Arkansas,
Texas said as long as it stays within state, the suppressors are not in fact NFA items.
Yeah. So
But I know they're fighting the ATF in the courts about it.
Yeah. So basically, Arkansas declared themselves almost like sovereign, and said that ATF rules no longer apply to the state.
I love that so much.
The F and ATF needs to get the hell out.
And
The ATF just needs to disappear.
I mean,
No,
and look,
the ATF
Texas
is
has
only
the same
sound
thing.
if you're actually making it into a store where you have alcohol, tobacco, and firearms.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. But
That's the only
Texas-
ATF I want to hear about.
Texas did the same thing a while ago with suppressors, but they have to be a Texas-owned company, and it has to bear a made.
Yeah,
in
literally
Texas seal.
everything has to be within the state. It cannot move outside the state.
Yep. I'll be honest, I did not know about that one. I'm gonna have to look into that.
Hey,
It's still a fight currently, and I don't know how the businesses local are handling it. So it might just be posturing, to be honest. It really depends on what happens in-house and in the courts.
I mean, one way or another, I plan on getting the information and teaching to eventually make my own Trashirs legally.
Oh yeah, no,
So-
gunsmithing's on this too, not gonna lie.
I can 3D print them.
Haha. You really could.
Single shot, but
Do it right. You can the right files, and now that there's metal filaments, more accessible.
true.
Probably still wouldn't trust it for very
A
long.
full metal frame Glock, I want it.
Probably can be done. Anyways, food and fur babies.
What's everybody having for dinner? Me, I think I might make me some Nor pasta side. 'Cause
I had
I'm
penne
cheap
alla
and-
vodka.
I'm already done.
I'm done.
I've got PB&Js.
Nice.
I was sitting here trying to think, how can I make this sound fancy?
I can't wait to go to
Nutella, maybe?
Tennessee and grow potatoes.
Strawberry puree mixed with ground peanuts on a whole
And
wheat-
butter.
on a whole wheat butter. What? Ew.
I'm just eating leftovers. I made a chuck roast last night.
Ooh, nice.
Ooh. What's everyone's favorite thing to make?
Honestly, a stir-fry taco.
Sirloin steak.
Stir-fried taco.
Yeah, I'll take a box of stir-fried rice, a pound of meat, and I'll make those into tacos or burritos.
I just like making alcohol.
I do that too.
We'll get into brewing in a second, I believe, real quick. I like red.
Who needs food when you have the sustenance of the gods?
Meat.
I mean, there's a reason why meat was standard on ships during the golden age of pirates.
It was easy to make.
Easy to make, help depending on what it was, helped prevent grog. That's what it was. Grog was what helped prevent scurvy in some cases.
Probably because they might have used oranges in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, grog traditionally would be a citrus-based alcoholic beer.
Did y'all see that meme that I shared?
Yeah.
Girls at a sleepover. Let's summon a demon. Oh my god, that's to be so fun. Boys at a sleepover. Who keeps summoning them?
They never question, and they wonder why it doesn't work. No, it works. They just don't show up where you think.
Right. Call the Winchesters.
All I gotta say is, don't fuck with Ouija boards, people.
Yes.
As a rule of thumb, I don't fuck with anything that I can't shoot.
That's a good rule of thumb.
That's just when you load the salt.
Anyways.
Yeah.
You can shoot a Ouija board. I've done it.
Well, yeah, you can.
So we've effectively gone from animal husbandry all the way to the spirit realm.
Okay.
Now.
I'm going to send you to the Shadow Realm.
See, now I want to talk about the Yu-Gi-Oh cards I'm making, but that's besides the point. I'll talk about that after the podcast. Because the veterans might actually find some like interest in them, because they're like a military-based theme around them. Anyways, food. I like making ribs. Barbecue. That's my thing that I like to cook.
Oh, and red beans and rice.
I mean, look, my go-to is always going to be steak. Like, for some reason, I love grilling a steak. Well, I generally cook mine on a skillet, but either way, like, I absolutely love cooking a steak.
What do you cook it to?
Don't get me wrong, I do too. I just can't have a grill.
I'm a medium rare guy. So
good man,
what I
good man.
is I'll usually melt butter, and I'll actually submerge the steak in that for 24 hours, and yeah, it'll get hard. So I kind of have to like keep watching it, and what I'll end up doing is I usually try to wrap like warm cloth just to basically keep the butter soft enough to where the steak can absorb it, and then I stick a skillet in the oven at 500, and I let that get hot, and then from there, it takes me like literally 7 minutes to make a steak, and then another 10 to let it rest. So
I'm gonna have to put a warning before this subject actually kicks off, or at the start of the entire episode.
Why do you say that?
Viewer discretion is advised. This episode may cause intense hunger. Eat before listening.
And dark humor.
And dark humor, yeah.
And or the munchies.
And potentially hitting cocks over the head with pipes.
That brings me around to the video I saw of a grandpa using a frying pan to bash a gator over the head.
I've seen those.
Like, you go, grandpa.
Reminded me of Fortnite. I was like, this motherfucker using a frying pan the right way.
You mean PUBG?
Well, whatever one it is.
So, from what I hear, it's the guy from Fortnite.
Fortnite doesn't have a frying pan, though. That's PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, people. The vastly superior, in my opinion.
It's PUBG, not PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, just PUBG.
That's the short version.
My character screen has came up. Let's see if I can actually get in and show you all this skin.
Y'all
Yep,
are gonna get a kick out
I
of
was able to
this.
launch. I'm in. Let's
Y'all are gonna get a kick out of this. They did a starship and a ghost
Yes.
skin.
So the ghost skin is this one right here, the ROV shell. Remote operated vehicle. Got an arm and everything, 2 tanks for ballast.
Little propeller on the back.
Little propeller on the back.
For ghosts who can take the pressure.
No, just fucking wait. This one is so much worse.
That's for those that are not watching. Or that cannot see this.
Submersible examinations bundle. You get the ROV shell. You get a JJ-2 research rover. A ride-on vehicle, basically. Previous prototypes were autonomous only, as the flavor text. This motherfucking company has a prototype submersible, and the flavor text, someone's tested this thing under pressure, right?
More specifically, someone's tested this under pressure, right? I mean, I'll be honest, these things actually do look pretty cool, but the timing.
Yeah,
oh my god. The timing of these.
This stuff came out Tuesday at Reset. Now, for reference, Reset is the weekly reset between last Tuesday, this Tuesday. So this stuff came out in game this Tuesday, during the middle of all of this.
But here's the thing.
They had to have been working on it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they have. As someone who studied video game development, I guarantee that stuff there was started on probably 2 years ago.
Yeah,
and it was in poor taste to go, oh, well, we already been working on it. Let's go ahead and just release it.
I was gonna say, I guarantee that was designed specifically for the underwater missions, whatever world.
Yeah,
thing.
So right now we're in what's called the Season of the Deep.
Mm-hmm. So it makes sense. It's just bad timing with everything going. The world has a sixth sense of humor.
I would have released it explicitly during that time period because it would be baller.
I'm just like, oh shit.
It's funny as hell, though.
Oh yes, someone's tested this thing under pressure, right?
Don't tell me that's actually the text.
Yes, that is actually the text.
Oh my god!
The flavor text is actually that. Yes.
Oh, that is so fucking wrong.
And it's specific. And it specifically has the ... Right.
Oh, that is.
Trust me, I fired my engineer.
Now I'll say this. Those flavor texts.
Don't worry, I'm using your controller to steer this.
Those flavor texts. Those probably got changed because of what's going on, of someone trying to be funny.
No, probably not.
No.
Probably
no.
Okay, he's got 2 Logitech controllers. It's all right.
No. That's something that can easily be changed
within
a day.
I've got the Xbox Elite. This one's not going down.
Those flavor texts can easily be changed within a day. It doesn't take long to change a flavor text like that.
Can you control us with those?
Do what?
Said, can you control a sub with those Logitech controllers?
I can control a flying drone. Hey!
Ah, that was a joke.
Hey, there she is.
Mm-hmm.
I still like the Ghost. For ghosts who can take the pressure.
Yeah, those I'd have to say someone saw an opportunity and took it. Either that or they were on the way out the door and said, I'm going to do this because I can.
Now, see, the current in-game location is the moon of Titan, which, as we all know, is a moon of
I
methane.
didn't even think of that.
Methane.
As I just bit my
That's the
cheek.
whole thing. That's why they've got the ROV shell, the prototype submersible, the new Sparrow, the research rover, because these are themed for the seasonal content. Because we actually we can actually travel under methane, liquid methane, for the missions.
Mm-hmm.
And we actually go down. I think the farthest in the mission is like 7,500 meters. I think anywhere from 5,000 to 7,500 meters. If I'm not right.
That's a lot of pressure.
It's about the same as the Titanic.
That's more than the Titanic. That's more than the Titanic 2 survived.
Yeah.
Exactly. That was
1,505 casualties and counting.
all right, guys. Hey, I can hop off. Y'all have a
Later,
good
dude.
All right. Thanks for joining.
night. Catch you guys later.
Voda Zumbri.
I also got to get going here too because I got to get the girlfriend over to my buddies.
All right, Otto.
I bet you do.
Don't have too much fun.
You know what?
Now.
I'm gonna message you later about that one.
Don't have too much fun now.
And then there were 4.
Welcome in, Voda Zumbri. I can't see the full name for some reason. Discord's being weird right now.
Yeah, yours was knocking everything except for your X off.
Yeah, it's doing that for like a lot of people is cutting off everything but the first letter. I don't know why. But in order to join us and talk, you're gonna have to switch over to push to talk. Just so you know.
Or unmute yourself if you already are.
That too.
Because I think she was already on push to talk 2 weeks ago, if I remember right.
But yeah, I like doing barbecue, and I'm very good at making chicken wings and Asian food, apparently.
Go, what's that song? Chicken wing, chicken wing.
I had myself muted, but I was already singing that.
Chicken wing, da 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 da.
Yeah, I can't remember the last of it.
Chicken and macaroni chilling with my home.
Yeah, there you go.
Chicken wing, chicken wing,
chicken and macaroni, chilling with my homie.
Yes.
And thus we are VOD muted.
Yeah.
But I actually found a recipe, funny enough, off of Facebook that uses... Welcome back. You'll need to unmute yourself and be on push to talk to join us.
If I say I saw the notice, I was like, that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Oh, Zell's already saying it.
Yep, I've got it pulled off on the side.
Yeah. I just saw the notice off to the side of my screen.
Mm-hmm. And it's a real simple recipe. It uses potato starch. You'll go.
We go.
Are you on computer? Go to your settings. So if you look at Discord and look where your little icon is down at the bottom, the cog wheel user settings, and then go to voice and video. When you click on push to talk, it'll give you a key binding that you'll just have to push that in order to, whenever you're wanting to actually talk.
That working?
Yep.
There you go. Now you'll just have to push that every time you want to speak.
Okay, well, I figured it out. Thank you.
Not a problem.
Huzzah.
So now that you're here, we'll circle back to the animal husbandry and animal companion section.
Basically just bouncing around at this point.
Yeah.
Between the three.
Yeah, sorry I'm so late.
No,
Oh,
you're
good.
good. We started a lot earlier than
We were originally thinking.
I thought I would be working till 6:30, so that ended up not being the case.
So what do you breed and what do you have?
So livestock wise, I only have chickens and I do a lot of gardening.
All right. Chickens, you do them for feed?
So we're currently we have 3 coops right now, and we currently have 3, a rooster and 2 hens that are called Millefliere d'Acles. They're a Belgian show breed, and we're breeding those just for kind of profit and also for egg laying. My other coop has 8 other hens of assorted bloodlines that were just strictly egg laying. And then we have the 3rd coop, which is all of our babies.
Yeah, I'm looking at the pictures that you posted of the little chick inside the hens just poking its head out like, what's going on?
That one was not mine. That was actually my friend's chicken, and she posted the photo on Facebook, and I was like, oh my
okay.
gosh, I need to share this everywhere.
It is very adorable.
Embraid, I need to ask, did you partake in the TikTok chicken wars?
I did not. Most of my TikToking is video game wise.
Bless you.
Made sure to at least mute myself on the recording side. Sorry about that. Continue, please.
No TikTok chicken wars for me.
Not TikTok. I'm gonna say
I had
that 06 crazy. Or would it be 06?
I do have plans eventually. Me and my husband are talking about potentially getting another cage to do quail, and that would be good for meat. And then we're also talking about changing one of our coops over to hold some, oh gosh, what are they called? Meat birds, but I can't think of the breed that I want specifically right now. It's the crossbreed of the white Cockins and something else. But we're thinking of doing those for meat, and then we're thinking of doing quail for eggs and meat, and potentially rabbits.
Ooh.
Gonna have some Hassenpfeffer.
So what are-
there's actually something I saw, because on my Facebook feed I get a lot of like DIY homestead kind of stuff, and something that I saw was a video in regards to a person doing this for food for their chickens, of getting like it's a type of mealworm, grubworm thing, where they took basically a Rubbermaid bin, kind of angled it, put it at an angle, filled it with coffee grounds, like used coffee grounds, I think, and had the container to where this particular fly or whatever could get in there to lay its eggs, and the coffee grounds is like really good for the worms to grow bigger and bigger, but they need apparently dirt in order to actually change into the fly. So what they'll do is they'll actually make their way up to the top of the mound and actually fall through an opening into a bucket, basically self-harvesting, so that they can use that to feed their chickens. Once I can find the video again, I'll post that in the appropriate channel.
It's actually really interesting. So we buy a lot of mealworms and composting. That helps a lot. But I usually let mine just free range outside of their normal crumble feed.
So just a few questions just for those who may want to get started in this. What do they need to look at getting for livestock in general or even specific?
So livestock in particular, it depends on what you're getting. Like if you're getting a horse or a cow, you need land for sure. But going back to like the chickens, I would say you just really need to do the research and making sure that you're buying like reputably. I don't want to say that weird, but like, you know, Tractor Supply and all that has chickens all the time. But make sure you research that there's actually like chickens can get sick. Like a lot of people think chickens are really easy, but like there's a lot of stuff that like I didn't know, and I've had chickens for the past like 10 years, and just this week we've actually had a whole flock get sick. And it was the first time I've ever had to deal with this.
Oh no, what was it exactly?
So it's just common. It's like, you know how a lot of kittens or dogs get born with like worms or parasites?
Yeah.
It's basically the equivalent of that, but in chicken form. But it's from them scratching up on the ground. And this happened to have been, not with my layers, but with the babies. It's been very messy. But going off of that, like the first thing you really need is figure out if you want to start with babies or if you want to start with layers. Now, if you start with layers, it's going to be more expensive of a startup. But to me personally, that's how I started. We just got chickens over a year ago, and I've raised them for over 10 years, but we haven't had them at our house until just this past year. And we went and someone was moving and they were relocating their flock. So I bought them already laying. And then my husband got into it and he started buying them as babies, and then it grew from there. But I always swore to him I would never do babies because babies are the hardest part to raise.
Now, by layers, you mean like adults, correct?
Yeah, they're going to be at least 6 months or older.
Okay. Because I'm sitting here like, I'm pretty sure I understood what you were meaning by that. But for those who don't...
Yeah, layers are the females only. 6 months or older. Usually about 6 months is when you'll start receiving eggs.
Okay. How... Because I've heard somewhere is like chickens won't lay eggs if there's not a rooster around. How true is that?
Totally not true.
Okay.
We started out with the layers, and we actually aren't allowed to have hardly any roosters, but thankfully mine are very quiet. But we had 9 chickens before we ever got a rooster, and I was getting every bit of 8 eggs a day.
As someone who raises chicken, obviously you would know this. It's, if I remember correctly, it's like, is it 1 chicken can supply enough food for 3 people, or 3 chickens for 1 person? For like a homestead, living off the grid type situation.
There's never such thing as too many chickens. It also depends on how many people are actually eating eggs. Now, a chicken will lay an egg almost daily, but the thing is you have to factor in is they quit laying as much around summer and winter. So you should always I would almost say like it's probably what you mentioned, 3 chickens per person, because you have to account for the summer and the winter heat and obviously the winter cold, because they will stop laying. So some of your chickens will stop laying completely during those months. Some of them will continue laying. Some of them will be on and off. So if you're looking for a steady, everyday supply of eggs, you have to like up that ante to accommodate for winter and stress.
Okay. What are some I just lost my train of thought. What are some like the frequently asked questions that you get that can be like, that's not true, or Cornish cross. Cornish cross. Okay, that's the meat bird.
Yeah, Cornish crosses are raised specifically for meat, so you will harvest those in 5 months.
Okay.
Nice.
Like, what are some myths that people may think or go into raising chickens that just like, don't do this?
The one argument that I always had come up with a few friends that are no longer friends is they would say, "Oh, you're going to get sick. You're going to get salmonella. They're unclean. They're dirty." And while chickens are a dirty, I wouldn't say that they're the cleanest. Oh, should I wait for him to pop in back?
Nope.
Oh, there he is.
You're good.
While I would say chickens are definitely not like the cleanest bird and all that, but I've had chickens since I was a child, on plenty different areas. I've never gotten sick from one of my birds. And there's just always that misconception that, chickens will make you sick, make your dog sick, stuff like that, because they might carry salmonella. I've never seen that to be true. And as long as you keep them clean, and as long as you keep your coop and area clean, and of course yourself, it's unbelievably rare.
Okay. In regards to eggs, because my mother lives up in Wisconsin, and is talking about how she was wanting to find a local farmer that was selling eggs and whatnot to not wash the eggs, because they'll preserve longer even outside the fridge.
Yes. So actually, if you do not, when you first pick up the egg out of the coop, I don't refrigerate my eggs at all. I've had eggs last up to 4 months unrefrigerated, if not longer. That's usually just because we've ate them by now. But 4 months is the longest I've ever gone personally, with eggs sitting on my counter outside of the ones I sell. And when an egg is laid, there's a surrounding thing around it called the bloom, and it's what comes out of the chicken and what helps them pass it through. And if you wash that off, it actually opens up the pores of the egg, and it means it will rot and or deteriorate faster, which means if you wash them, you have to put them immediately in the fridge.
Okay, so basically keep them in the picked status and only wash them once you're ready to use.
Yeah, unless you feel like washing them. I mean, I know people that wash them the second I give them to them and keep them in the fridge for a month or two and so on. It's not so much that they keep longer; it's just a matter of preference. I personally think that they keep longer unrefrigerated, just because you're keeping that preserved. I mean, a chicken will lay. They lay out for months anyway when they're getting laid on by the hen, so it's not like they're unaccustomed to being out in the air. I guess, if that makes sense.
In the open.
Thank you.
Left to the environment.
Yeah.
Has there been any other animals that you've raised, or has it been exclusively chickens?
So my parents actually had property. We had horses, lots of dogs, and then we've had rabbits. I've had goats. My sister raised cows, and then we also had pigs.
Got any advice?
Ducks and turkeys.
Did you have a lead pipe? Joke from earlier.
Oh, I didn't understand the reference.
Yeah, well, one of the other VODs was talking about how he raised turkeys, but had to make sure you carried a lead pipe when you went to go and like feed them and whatnot, because apparently it was very mean.
Oh, all of my turkeys have been very nice.
Apparently
you don't go up and harass them, and they're nice enough. But I mean,
apparently these two wanted to unalive him each time. So
I wouldn't say it's unheard of.
Any animal will attempt to unalive you. Just because it's small and cute and cuddly and can't doesn't mean it's not trying to.
What about goldfish?
Oh, it wants to. It's just too stupid to realize it wants to.
Yeah, I'll back up.
What advice do you have for those who wish to like have horses or some of the larger or medium-sized livestock, like goats?
Besides, have lots of land.
Yeah, besides
That's
land.
my first suggestion. Make sure you have land. I don't know. What would be my suggestion for horses? They're definitely expensive, time-consuming, and they always have a medical problem.
Mm-hmm.
Is that just because of the breeding?
I don't really know. No, it's just like their feet, they're always getting like their hooves knocked. If you don't have a farrier coming out like regularly, the chances of like their hooves getting infected and the colic from them eating the wrong thing. And they're beautiful and they're fun, but they're just big lawn ornaments.
Unless you're using like an actual workhorse.
Yeah, exactly. Unless you're like plowing a field or something.
Old school style. Or using it for like cattle rustling, or not rustling, but
cowboying. But yeah. I get what you were going with, like the herding and the
herding. There you go, cattle herding and all that stuff. What are things that you would recommend people avoiding when doing livestock raising?
It's like having a full-time job. You've got to have time for it.
What was that, Cadus?
Taking a lead pipe to a turkey.
I don't know. It sounded pretty necessitary to me.
Location.
Time and location. That's all this amounts to. But like things that people think you should do, but you really shouldn't, I guess is what my question is.
I'm trying to think. I'm really not sure.
Know what you're getting into?
What was that?
As I said, know what you're getting into comes to mind.
I mean, yeah, research is everything. Like, I mean, you don't want to go out and just buy, like, a horse without knowing the first thing about horses, or even a chicken, something as small as a chicken. Like, you don't want to know. You don't want to go into it not knowing anything about it.
Mm-hmm. When designing your chicken coops, because you just recently built one, what are some things to keep in mind when building one of those?
Wood is very expensive. So expensive. Oh my gosh. So our first coop, we actually bought like a $200 manufactured coop from like Tractor Supply, one of those kind of box stores. And then we bought a kennel that was also like another $100 and attached it to that so that they had a run. Now, we grew so big that we wanted to expand, and my husband wanted to follow in our neighbor's footsteps who just hand built his coop. So he saw that coop and he went, we're going to do one bigger. And as a man does. No offense. So he saw that immediately. That very same night, we went to Home Depot and he started building the base of it just on the fly, and it turned.
We're good.
Good.
Yeah, no, that wasn't me.
Oh,
I had to mute because the dogs were barking because people were walking behind my unit. But I don't see who we lost.
Vote candle.
I see it in the chat. Yeah. What was the question? What was I talking about?
I think you were talking about the chicken coop.
Mm-hmm.
Building the chicken coop.
Mando.
Oh, it turned into a much bigger adventure than we thought it would. I will say that for sure. It wasn't planned out at all. Like I said, like my husband literally saw our neighbor's coop. He sat around for the whole day, and then literally probably about like 6 p.m. he said, "Get up, we're going to Home Depot."
Like, we're building a chicken coop. Let's go, babe.
Yeah, that's exactly how it went down.
As all men's projects go. Sounds about right.
And then it turned into, I think we probably did probably 5 separate Home Depot trips. And
need more screws.
Oh gosh!
No, more
he ended up
likely
buying a
probably
nail
forgot
gun.
the screws, and then you
He
forgot
ended
the
up buying the
drill.
nail gun. We ended up buying so much paint. Oh my gosh! It turned into such an adventure. I think it took a total of three weeks. Maybe not that long, because I'm accounting for him working, and obviously he couldn't work on it while he was working. But 3 weekends is how long it took to build.
Based off the pictures, yeah, that sounds about right.
Yep. And then now he's gotten into all these other projects and started building fences, and we've spent lots of money on tools.
It should get him in with the fabrication talk next time.
He usually goes to work around now, so he's never on anyway, and he's also does not use Discord at all.
You can borrow yours.
Also fair.
Yeah, like last week was fabrication, or last podcast was talking about fabrication. Sounds like you definitely kicked off his DIY lizard brain.
His honey-do list has gotten a lot longer.
No, I'm pretty sure the neighbors kicked off that list. It sounds like he said, "Hey, we're going to Home Depot. Get in the car."
That's exactly how it went down. And then, our neighbors also have the fence, and he was like, "We're going to get a fence too."
Oh, that have fun with that one. Me and my brother put up one for him, and then we contracted ourselves out to his neighbor, to help replace his.
I mean,
he'll put his foot down. He is not doing that stuff outside of our home. It's hard work, all of the wood, building the gates, the doors, all of that. But he's having a lot of fun with it for sure. And he learned a lot doing the chicken coop. The chicken coop was the first thing he's ever done that had to do with woodworking, using a miter saw, all of that. And
no instructions.
No instructions, no blueprint, no plan.
Yeah. Just a general size, and let's do this.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm designing it as I build it. There you go.
Can't fuck it
That
up
was
there.
his method.
Obviously, one should design their coop ahead of time. What are some things to keep in mind when designing? Like, what are some things you gotta have this, because I see yours looks like it's set up off the ground for the main part of it.
Yeah, he wanted his it to have that base on the ground, so where it's not exactly the wire's not going into the ground. I don't really know why. Probably, I think he said it made it more sturdy or something. But the other thing is, like, don't get chicken wire, get hardware cloth is my recommendation. Because if you're trying to, like, predator-proof your chicken coop, which is the entire point of making a really good, like, coop, is you want to make sure that there's no predators getting in. You know, I mean, raccoons, possums, even a hawk will kill a chicken.
Mm-hmm.
You want to make sure that you're getting stuff that you can lay through those boards really tightly, like hardware cloth. You know, it's very small. You know, most animals can't, like, fit their paws through it, whereas chicken wire is usually a lot bigger.
Mm-hmm.
And then make sure you put enough roost bars in, because your chickens will fight over roost bars.
Hmm. Yeah, because I'm looking at the pictures right now of the finished.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to make my husband probably put in a couple more, because they seem to definitely not be having enough room. They're arguing over the 5 roost bars that are already in there. But they live a very spoiled life, so.
Yeah, they get fresh grown habanero peppers.
Just don't look at the next picture below that rat or the chicken that she posted. Just trust me. Don't look down.
I'm already aware of which one you're referring to. I saw that a long time ago, and I'm just like,
moved anywhere or looked at any of the channels yet.
It's in the Vet Argentine. You posted the one where you say "not my chicken." 3 pictures down.
Hijacked my post with ball gags.
mm-hmm.
I just like Sword's response coming through the door. Nope. Turning around.
Hidden Sword's not the only one that's got that.
So do you guys raise any livestock and or such?
I live in an apartment. I can't.
You could totally keep quail.
I don't have anywhere to put it.
He's also got 2 Furbies that might be like, lunch.
You could keep them in a fish tank. I know a lot of people keep them in, like, those little aquarium gallon tanks. They're super easy.
That almost feels kind of wrong, honestly.
Yeah, I'd probably name them at that point, and then they would be pets.
Yeah, but they'd produce eggs for you.
That's true.
Quail eggs are actually, so it's a 4-to-1 ratio to a chicken egg, but it's been proven that they are actually more nutritionally valuable. They have better proteins in them, better, oh my gosh, what is that one, like, vitamin that helps, like, brain development and everything? It's
Omega?
B12? Omega? Something like that.
B12 is energy.
Well, anyway, the 4-to-1 ratio, quail eggs are more beneficial than a chicken.
Not saying I'd regret helping out today, but my side's killing me from packing up my Boyer's campground. He's a ham radio operator, licensed, and they had a get-together probably about an hour away from where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
So me and my brother went and helped him tear down camp and load it into the cars. My side is killing me now.
Oh no.
I've got workout classes planned for tomorrow. I am not looking forward to it.
Take your grunt candy.
I already did. That was part of the time I was muted.
Mm. Technically, because I believe, as I live with my in-laws with my wife, Meridor. I think we live on like an acre land. Technically, we could have a horse if we wanted to. Sadly, we can't have chickens.
Is it like a county ordinance thing?
HOA.
Oh, what? No.
Oh yeah, as soon as I ever raise the money, me and Ridor are going to be looking into buying a rather large chunk of land to basically have a bit of a homestead, living off the land. Kind of thing.
Back.
Welcome back, Jahadir. You are very quiet and sound very distant.
Very.
Boom mic was up.
Hmm.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
Excuse me.
Are we still recording?
Yes.
Yes.
Talking about livestock.
What?
Okay, hold that thought. I gotta disconnect and reconnect one more time because I can't see everyone and it's driving me insane.
I think dogs need to go out. My girlfriend's dog is standing over by the door.
Let the pupper out.
That's the problem. I can't. I have to hook him up to a leash and take him out.
How long will that take?
Yeah, him probably about 5-10 minutes.
I mean, I can hold down the fort.
Are you sure? I know I need you around to hold down the fort for me.
I'm gonna say probably better than you.
Oh, I'll be back.
I mean, hell, he's the adult in here.
I'm just someone with a drinking permit.
I was gonna say, I'll be honest. I think Vod. I hate that Discord's not showing me names.
Zembri. And
Zembri, yeah. I think
Zembri says that they have a drinking permit too.
I was gonna say, I think Vod Zembri is the more adult out of all of us.
I wouldn't go that far.
I said
Well,
more
see,
adults, not.
I was about to say, she possesses more than a couple brain cells, and I have a problem of arming my brain cells with weapons and telling them to fight to the death.
Called vodka.
They always say women mature faster.
I prefer the station of men don't grow up. Our toys just get bigger and more expensive. So true, yes.
So have we already talked about the possibility of livestock being self-sufficient, with the exception of water?
No, we have not. We haven't even touched base on that, really.
Because, I mean, if you're willing to put in the extra effort of, like, adding some farm stuff to your farm, if you will, or ranch, it can become its own self-sufficient thing so long as the seasons permit. You know what I mean? As long as you're able to store up what you need and grow all the stuff you need, normally it can become pretty self-sufficient.
Jahadir, were you the one with the lead pipe and the turkeys?
Yeah, that was me with the turkey that I had to basically carry a baton around.
That's the goal one day.
That turkey was...
I think everyone's goal is to basically have that kind of lifestyle of self-sufficient. I mean, granted, that is one of the tenets, is to be as self-sufficient as possible. But I think a lot of us have that idea of, like, living off the grid almost kind of lifestyle.
And by the way, off topic before we go back on topic, that turkey's name was Pecky Lecky, by the way.
Pecky Lecky?
Yeah, and the other one was Turkey Lurkey.
Male and female, I take it?
Yep, and the male was the dick. But yeah, especially like with being able to create your own fertilizer from the manure produced by said livestock. There was actually a TikTok video I was watching. I wish I could find it, but basically where they were able to grow their own scratch, and it was a self-replenishing stock, if I remember correctly. Zimbri might be able to testify to that one.
I was typing. I was trying to not interrupt.
Oh no, by all means, do it. Speak freely.
I'm going to consider you the SME.
What's that?
The subject matter expert. I apologize. So the question was kind of the being able to create a self-feeding feed for your chickens. There was, and I say self-filling, I mean as in once you begin the process, you don't really have to go to the store again. As long as you're diligent about it, you can continue. The crops that you grow can essentially, it's like some kind of grass stuff or whatever that the chickens will eat, that will replenish itself and reproduction. And all you have to do is make sure it's like watered and given what it needs to grow.
It might be wheatgrass, but I could be wrong. But I don't really know that part exactly. But I know a lot of people that are actually self-sufficient in the stance of just having their chickens free range completely. So chickens are actually domesticated from wild chickens, and they used to roost in the trees and of the jungles. I can't remember exactly what country, but they thrived just on their own by going down and grazing.
Dogs barking and all.
I've honestly wondered that before, so I'm probably going to Google that here in a second, but where chickens came from, because I want to say it's South America that you do see wild chickens, but it's either South America or Southwest or Southeast Asia.
I'm back.
Oh, South America. There we go.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right about the South America thing. I was saying that, I know a lot of people that don't actually buy feed. They supplement it, of course, with by growing corn or by growing, like the peppers that I've shared, of making them their salads and all of that, so that they have like their treats and something fresh. But if you have the land and like it's fertile, like I let mine free range, but I would not trust them on a free range only diet where we are, because it's very sandy. I don't think that there's a lot of fertile bugs, like that fertile soil that produces a lot of worms, a lot of insects, other than like the roaches and stuff, of course. But I would have to produce a lot more vegetables than what I'm producing now.
So my older sister has a phobia of snakes, right? And she passed that fear down to me. It's not so much phobia level for me, more of a strong fear, because I have been able to pony up a couple times. Normally it's in defense of like my family, but chickens are my friend then. Zimbri just said, for anybody listening, that chickens will straight kill a snake. So them and then king snakes are also, I know those are wonderful. I know those are southeastern America. So
I hear we're talking about the nope ropes now.
Yes, and how cluckers will
Danger noodles.
and how cluckers will kill them.
I've definitely seen it happen. I don't want to say that every chicken they'll see a snake and just go straight up and murder it, but snakes will actually get into like coops and they'll eat the eggs and everything. A lot of times, like roosters and all that, they will stomp a snake to death. I've seen it happen.
Interesting. So what I miss?
You should have heard all the terrible things we said about you. He's going to cut it out so you won't ever hear it again.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
We talked about making chickens and or livestock self-sufficient.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Zimbri. I was actually about to follow up with that, but thank you for being the voice of reason there.
Now, I know you mentioned water as a concern with self-sufficiency. My husband has actually been planning a water catcher into a rain barrel. Have you guys ever seen those, like 50, 60-gallon rain barrels? And he's going to hook up piping to it so that it feeds into the chicken coops.
Nice.
Nice.
That's actually really good in my opinion, and deviating a little bit from livestock as well. Did y'all know that you can purify water with, I believe it's a tablespoon of bleach, per 1 tablespoon of bleach per gallon, I believe is the ratio. Obviously it won't filter it out, but if you filter it out first and then hit it with the bleach, it will kill, I think it's like 99.9% of germs.
I mean, that is what bleach is advertised as doing, so.
You filter it, do that, filter it again, filter it again, filter it again. Should be good.
What I actually learned during mountain warfare training in the Marine Corps, when I was up in the mountains and we had to use snow for our water source, is coffee filters are your best friend. They get all the little floaties and stuff that you just make you feel weird about drinking the water. It's able to catch all that.
Oh yeah, coffee filters are, like, the old school coffee filters are freaking amazing. Should have mentioned putting that in the survival kit episode.
True.
Yeah, I literally have a lot of coffee filters in my house. There's a lot, because I want to find a way to get more charcoal. I'll probably end up recycling burnt firewood, using that as charcoal to help with the purifying process. But yeah,
I was gonna say, don't use briquettes. That's a bad idea. Not the charcoal you want to use.
No, and I can when we go back to, like, talking about, like, camping and survival and stuff like that, I can actually instruct on how to turn wood into charcoal. It's actually very simple. But that's a subject matter for another day.
Yep. Oh, my side.
I know goats are a fun livestock animal to keep around, right? No, they make. I want goats so bad. Yes, it helps keep the lawn maintained
goats
to
are
a degree.
interesting.
Keeps the lawn maintained.
I was gonna say, sometimes I feel like my dog's a goat with how much grass she eats.
Dogs should not be eating grass. They eat it to throw up. If your dog if your dog is eating grass, that's a sign that it's sick and needs to throw up.
Yeah, and the next
Or
morning
that you need to feed it.
No. Dogs will usually strictly do it because they have an upset stomach.
Yeah, mine will do that occasionally in the morning, right when I take her out, because she is hungry. I just gotta keep pulling her. It's like, hey, come on, I'll feed you when we get back inside. Like, I think it actually has a calming effect. It's not to make them throw up. It's like us taking a Pepto-Bismol.
Well, the thing is the grass typically does cause them to throw up because their stomachs can't digest it properly.
You're 100% right about that. It will cause them to throw up, but a lot of times as well, if they're really hungry, they'll resort to it, i.e., if you're dehydrated in the ocean, eventually you'll be thirsty enough to drink the water.
And end up dehydrating even quicker.
Right.
That's going to be something to talk about after the recording.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I think after what happened this week.
You cannot get over that sub.
Nope.
There's so much going on around that thing that it's like, yeah. Yeah.
My favorite song to come out of that. There's actually another one. The the Wellerman song. There once was a ship
that put to sea. The name of the ship.
Yeah,
was
they made a remake of that for the sub. They did the Gilligan's Island theme. They took Yellow Submarine and we're all dying in a homemade submarine. We're all drowning in a sinking submarine.
Wow.
That's just like the best comment I saw out of the memes on the comment sections was the memes are surfacing faster than the Titan sub. And yes, I've already reserved my ticket to hell. I paid my $250,000 one-way ticket.
I think a lot of us have.
You're wrong for that.
I was wondering if someone caught that. I might pay another $250,000 to make it a two-way trip. Just make it an
Bring
even.
your son with you.
If I can come home. I don't have a son. I have no kids yet.
No, I'm talking about that billionaire.
God, you're a fucking idiot. From what I've heard, the aunt said he didn't want to go. Can't blame him. I would not be getting my fat ass in there either.
It would have sunk faster.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I float.
You know, he's not.
Is it because shit floats?
Yeah.
It's okay. I'd
I'm
float
full
fast
of
as
it.
hell too. I'm full of bullshit.
I'm just full of hot air.
You fly.
Mm-hmm.
You'll fly too.
I don't know. How far can you toss me?
I'm trying to think of any other livestock related stuff that's would be pertinent. Give me a second. Rabbits. Rabbits would be really good because they reproduce fast as hell.
Yeah, no, Zembre mentioned that already. That she wants to get rabbits. Jen. Apparently it's playtime now that I took Leo out.
Did you not pay the cheese tax?
I'm lactose intolerant. That's a forbidden item in this household.
I'm lactose intolerant too. And for the non-compliant is silent though.
Yeah, I'd rather not torture my asshole like that.
See, it's
Yeah,
not that I would
Zembre,
torture my asshole.
You're right, but
Fair. And it's not that I would torture my asshole. It's just that every single one of my exes wrote to Geneva in order to have a conversation about me at the next convention.
that bad, huh?
They're still trying to figure out how something so unholy could come out of something so mortal.
Wait, what are we talking about? I had to step away for a moment.
Well, that's why we're on this topic now.
Never mind. I'll.
We were left unsupervised.
Yep.
Yeah.
You'll find out when you go to the recording.
Daddy stepped away, and the children will play.
Yep.
Daddy?
Wouldn't be the first time I've been
Oh
called
yeah,
that.
harder, Daddy.
Wouldn't be the first time I've heard that.
You said you were coming back after getting milk.
He told me he was getting scratchers. Apparently, he didn't win.
No, it's because I won. I was told a pack of smokes. I was waiting for that one. There's no amount of intolerance that will make me give up cheese. Funny
Now you know what we were talking about.
Mm-hmm. Funny enough, adults actually don't need dairy. Like, it's really not something that we need in our diets, isn't it? Don't say anymore. I'm not telling you to stop eating dairy, because I like my ice cream, yogurt, cheese. Just because I say this doesn't mean I'm listening to it myself.
I don't think Zimbre would stop even if you told her to.
That's what she was saying.
I was gonna say, there's no amount of tolerance if we can have her give up cheese. I'm not telling you to give up cheese. I'm just saying it's interesting to me that grown adults don't need milk or milk products to actually be part of their diet.
He needs some milk.
There's a big thing here in America.
It's a big southern thing just to have a glass of cold milk.
Mm-hmm.
Right after I fucking say it.
For those
Perfect timing with the meme.
For those listening, Vod Zembray just posted a meme GIF of a person taking a gallon of milk and basically just pouring it over their face, and
that's too small to be a gallon. She'll probably use a gallon, but that's a quart.
A quart gallon is meh.
It's not the same thing.
That's a half, my guy.
Oh. Either way, my statement stands. You'll probably do that with the full gallon.
When y'all were growing up, did y'all ever do the gallon of milk challenge?
Nope. That was stupid. I already knew that was stupid.
Did you know what it was?
Yes.
I do not.
So one of my cousins, the little badass that he was, convinced one of his buddies to get, I think it was 4 quarts, and to dye it different colors, and told the dude that if he drank all 4 of them, he would throw up rainbow colors.
Oh no!
Oh Lord!
Oh, the human stomach cannot handle a gallon of milk. You will throw up probably halfway through it, if not.
Oh God!
Record this. Drink nonstop an entire gallon of milk, and I guarantee you're going to throw up, Vod.
And then she took it personally.
Yes. She
Record
really did.
it. Record it and post it to the Discord. Live stream
We're
it.
doing right now.
Live stream it. I want the evidence.
Pixar, it didn't happen.
17 bowls of Lucky Charms. Here I go. No.
No,
You gotta take the gallon of milk,
Chug,
and chug
chug,
right
chug.
then and there the whole thing. You can be on an empty stomach all you want. I'm not going to put that kind of limitation on you. Unless we've gotten into the food subject. What was that? Facebook. So after that derailment, Jahalir and Zambri, what are the food items that you enjoy cooking the most? 'Cause I know we asked that earlier. You can talk too.
Pasta.
Pasta? Do you make homemade pasta or just, box pasta?
Like homemade as in like I make the noodles like from scratch?
Yes.
Nice.
No.
Oh. She's like, I'm not going that extra step. Screw that.
Ooh, I've got.
I'll pass.
So, fun thing about me.
Uh-oh.
Scrambled eggs will make me throw up violently.
I do not need to see that.
No.
Are you allergic to eggs?
No, it really at the end, it's like 9 times out of 10. I really have to be in the mood for it. Like my body basically has to be telling me eggs in order for me to eat it. Because if I'm not actively craving it, my body will just. And I honestly think it's a PTSD thing because when I was on ship, they had powdered eggs.
Oh no! Yeah.
And there was a few incidents where basically all I had available to me was eggs, and that's when it really started. Was if I knew I would just have to go hungry because I knew if I ate the eggs I was gonna throw it up. It was like, okay, I may get a few calories out of it, but I'm gonna waste all that throwing it back up.
I mean, it's
I
good
can make you some
exercise.
homemade powdered eggs.
I will fist fight you.
Do it.
I will bring you the gallon of milk right now. Don't try me, Zimbri.
Mandalorians are for equal lefts and rights, people. Because I heard you initially said
These
scrambled
hands
eggs.
are rated E for everyone.
So like boiled eggs are good, over easy, and like all those different variations as well are not good. But like hard boiled eggs, soft boiled eggs are not good.
Deviled eggs.
But one of the few deviled egg. Oh my! I will. You gonna see me in the Thanksgiving food line going knees and elbows on all the little kids in line to get food first. I will bulldoze over some of the little kids over some deviled eggs.
That just means more for you, Zambri. I will chuck a child over deviled eggs. Here's a question:
Yes,
how do y'all make deviled eggs? My family, my Ridur and remind me again of father and mother.
Weird.
Burir. They're
I eat everyone else's.
they're very Christian. Well, my mother-in-law is, and my wife and my Ridur and sister-in-law are. Father-in-law not so much, but we call those special eggs now after a while back. But how did
the incident?
No, they just decided one day to be like, we're calling these special eggs. We don't want to call them deviled eggs anymore. Because, Anyways.
Christianity side, yeah, I got you.
Uh,
My mother just usually uses the hard-boiled egg and cayenne pepper. I had a roommate back when I had my I'm going to call them my rescues, because they were living out of his car. So I was like, bruh, it's getting cold. It's winter time still. So I told him to use my spare bedroom, and she made deviled eggs one day, and she used tuna fish with it. Or no. That was her tuna fish sandwiches. I'm sorry. She used hard-boiled eggs with that.
Okay, I was about to be like, tuna in a deviled egg? Ugh. First off, tuna. Ugh.
I too like to live life dangerously.
Oh, right.
What?
Zembri, you need to come hang out more often.
Right.
We need to get Zembri like non-PTT permission. But what about you, Jahadir?
We're talking about deviled eggs or like food prep.
Deviled eggs.
I've not been bestowed with the family recipe yet.
Have you?
Make your own.
So you haven't made your own?
You assume that I don't accidentally summon a demon whenever I try to cook my own food.
You know, I will fight somebody on this, but soup is a witch's brew.
I can see
Ice
that.
water is soup.
Is cereal soup?
And the ocean is a soup. I will fight a motherfucker over that, too.
I don't know.
Okay, hold on. Tinfoil hat time. Okay, you just triggered something. So, you know, Ocean Gate, right?
Uh-huh.
How do we know that something didn't decide that it didn't want that sub down there? It didn't pop the seal on it.
Now, see, I'm thinking the orcas ordered 5 Guys and Subway delivered it.
I think the Megalodon's real, but I'm putting the tinfoil hat on with that.
Oh, I can believe that. We don't know what's deep down.
No. We have taken a far
Very
left
much so.
You're supposed to be keeping us on track, Zell.
Eh.
He's like, yeah, fuck it, we're already off track. Let's go.
We know more about space than
That
our
is so
oceans.
true.
Yes.
But again, it's actually easier to get into space and survive than it is to go to the bottom of the ocean and survive.
Clearly.
Okay. It doesn't help that the guy made it out of carbon fiber and was using a Logitech controller. Does not help his case. And he fired his engineer when he raised safety concerns.
And he managed to get 4 other people to actually agree to get on that thing?
Not only get on, but pay him to get on.
Darwinism at its finest, people.
Yes. The loss of life is regrettable.
Mm-hmm.
But that is definitely Darwinism at its best.
You know what I really want is not necessarily livestock, but like to be a part of the ranch.
You don't buy it? Zembri, what do you not buy?
I think she's talking about the conspiracy stuff.
Oh, the submarine thing.
And that's the thing, it wasn't even a submarine, it was a submersible.
You don't believe they were there. It's like the moon landing was just filmed in a studio. Die deep, don't...
Don't even get me started on the moon landing, because I think it did happen, and I think there were aliens on the moon.
Explains why we haven't gone back. I mean, for goodness sakes, the computing power that it took to get man to the moon is in a simple 50 cents calculator that you can get from the dollar store. And you're telling me
They
we
made
can?
it too expensive
Mm-hmm.
because they found something up there. I think it's a shell.
There is the. Oh, we've got into the conspiracy hour. Going back to food. Deviled eggs.
The moon is made of cheese.
Apparently, it's hollow too.
It's Swiss cheese.
There you go. Cheddar. Ow. But
Yep.
deviled egg, special eggs in my family, from my rear daughter's side, is the egg yolks, Miracle Whip, a little bit of mustard, and smoked paprika on top. For my side of the family, it's mayo, egg yolk, some relish. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you gotta have the relish.
But my rear daughter's side of the family doesn't really care for relish much. And then the smoked mustard and smoked paprika.
If I ever make my own, I'm going to be using Tony Chachny's Creole seasoning.
Ooh.
I put that shit on everything. That is my Frank's hot sauce.
Cajun two-step. So what are you able to cook and not summon demons, Jahadir?
Mac and cheese. Grilled cheese.
Bold of you to assume that much of me.
A ham sandwich.
He lights a bowl of cereal on fire.
I would expect that out of Aru.
In all reality, burgers are probably my favorite things to make. Like all the stuff that you can do with it.
Burgers?
Like it can be so easily messed up, but so easily made into something wonderful as well.
You said burgers?
Yeah, like hamburgers.
Mm-hmm. Just wanted to make sure I heard right.
Or fish burgers. Or even snake burgers.
Oh, here's a speaking of like hamburger meat and Zambre reminded me of a special pasta called shotgun shells. And what it is you take the like cannoli looking shells. I think they're like rigatoni shells, the big ones that are like hollow and kind of wide or long.
Yeah, I know what ones you're talking about.
You take those and you mix pork sausage and hamburger meat together in a bowl. Add your seasoning, salt, pepper, garlic seasoning. For the pork, it's recommended like Italian sausage, manicotti shells.
Yeah.
Manicottis.
Those large shells you were talking about.
Yeah, those ones. You take those and you take the mixture of the beef and pork sausage and you stuff the shells and then wrap them in bacon. Cook them in the oven, and as they're cooking in the oven, you kind of glaze them with a barbecue sauce.
Ooh. Yeah, you have her attention.
Now, mind you,
you had me at bacon.
These are greasy as
She says repeat that filling. I think she's going to write it down.
I recommend Italian pork sausage and hamburger meat. Whatever hamburger meat you wish to choose. My family uses either 80-20 or leaner. If you're wanting to make sure it's not as greasy, go something like 90-10 or leaner. Just because, as I said, these are very greasy. These actually made my wife and I kind of a little on the upset stomach because of how much grease it was at the time. But I ate these things like snacks, like pick them up and just eat them like finger food almost. They were so delicious. I actually want to make them again, but gotta convince the wife to let me.
Now,
Sorry.
I give this legal disclaimer and say that you should never break your local or state laws. But that sounds like amazing munchie food.
Italian pork sausage and hamburger meat and cheese. Cook and season. Boil manicotti shells and stuff with meat mixture. Wrap shells in bacon and bake. Based with barbecue sauce.
Bacon and bake.
Is
That's
that...
what you call it.
So you don't cook the meat mixture. You just mix it in a bowl with your seasonings and everything, and then you stuff the shells and wrap it in bacon and bake it in the oven.
I was trying to write it down as you were talking, and I didn't know if I got it all.
Sorry about that.
I'm not gonna lie. I've only been half paying attention. I'm falling asleep over here. I'm running on like 3 hours of sleep, but I'm still here and I'm still trying to pay attention.
So here is
Embry's over here like, write that down.
Here,
Yeah.
I'll just do this. Copy this.
Oh, this motherfucker's got
Look off
a.
Norton. There you go.
Patrick. You know Patrick ain't gonna write shit down.
No, he's drawing, of course. There you go. There's the recipe
Oven
for you.
baked shotgun shells. See, that's not what I was thinking you were talking about.
What do you think I was talking about?
The, like giant. Fuck. Hold on. Oop, there we go. There's my phone. That'll work even better.
So manicotti shells is what we're talking about, right? And God, are they so good. But once again, very, very greasy. Just be advised if you're planning on making those.
Okay, it's just right. It's just called jumbo shells. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, no, I think clearly we were thinking of you were thinking of something different from what I was talking about.
Well, when you said stuff them, this is what my mother would make.
Speaking of sleepy, go ahead, Zambri. We'll probably end the topic here. Because, yeah, we've gone for 2 hours now of random bullshit mixed in. So, yeah.
What I was thinking of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which they probably work just as well as that, but those would work better just because you're wrapping the bacon around them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for the jumbo shells, I would say cut up the bacon into like little cubes, or use cubed pork belly fat or pork belly, just basically just bacon cubes. Dice those up and mix in with the Italian sausage and the hamburger meat. Now, for those shotgun shells, if you want to, you can mix in cheese too.
And not on my half, please.
Sounds like a you problem.
Keep mine dairy free.
Sounds like you're missing out. I thought the cheese was a given.
Yeah, it usually is with pasta, to be honest.
Actually, no, that recipe actually does not call for any cheese. These are supposed to be like finger food. Kind of, almost.
I know, but you can stuff the cheese inside.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one doesn't call for cheese, though. Not that I remember. All cheese is finger food. Not wrong. Except for queso. No, can't even say that. Wouldn't recommend it, because queso's hot as heck.
I was going to say, it's going to be hot.
But,
Unless you're eating it straight out of the Tostitos jar.
Yeah, even then.
Man, I can tear up one of them jars in a single sitting. I will be regretting it for the next 2 days.
Oh, I got a good queso dip. Velveeta cheese in a slow cooker with cream cheese, heavy whipping cream, and some... what's it called?
Good news is my side's not hurting anymore. Ibuprofen took effect.
Fuck, what are those like diced peppers and whatnot called? Fuck, give me a second.
Diced peppers?
It's a blend of like peppers and jalapenos and whatnot.
Write that down! Write that down! Zembray's just pulling it out with the memes.
You need to come join us more often, Zembray.
No, not bell peppers. I know what he's talking about. Best thing I can think of is Firehouse Subs has a jar of this stuff. It's like a pepper relish is what I'm thinking of. No, he's talking about the diced and cubed stuff.
Yeah, it's like tomatoes, jalapenos, and onions. It's a particular mixture.
Pico de Gallo, maybe?
No. Nah, because Pico de Gallo has like cilantro and stuff.
The mix of stuff all together, including the meat.
But basically, if you get your hands on the Velveeta salsa queso, mix, put that in a slow cooker. Add depending on the size of your slow cooker will depend on how much cream cheese and heavy whipping cream you add
My
to
sphincter
it.
just tightened up. My sphincter just tightened up when you said those. Just instinctually. Yep. It's just like a whole block of Velveeta and cream cheese.
It's my family like devoured.
No, thank you.
My family
I will too,
devoured
but
it.
I will be regretting nothing until about 2 days later.
It's
My lactose intolerance took a screenshot.
Yes. I'm at a point where even I will order cheeseless pizza.
That sounds like blasphemy.
Oh, good lord. Yeah, I'll be running for the bathroom just with one taste of that cheese.
Surprised you're not already. Is that for those
Woo! That's a family size
Zembre just took
paint can of nacho cheese right there.
Yeah, it's like a Rico. It looked like a can of Rico's nacho cheese or something.
Gotta build that intolerance into tolerance. No, that's just called death. That's just rectal death right there. Rest in peace, my colon.
Mm-hmm.
I'd choose. Oh my god. Zimbre, make it go away. Oh, too much.
Now you see what we were talking about.
Oh. My lactose
God,
intolerance is
my colon.
screaming.
I believe this is this is the name of the brand of what I was trying to find is
Like a Costco size.
Rotel. Diced
Okay.
tomatoes,
Yeah.
peppers and onions, and can of Rotel. Yeah, Rotel, Velveeta cheese, cream cheese, and heavy whipping cream. All the ingredients you need to make.
I'm gonna be
really
honest. I'm not
delicious
sure
chicken.
what's worse: Zem's family-size nacho cheese or that mixture.
Try it out yourself and find out.
No, no. I will stick to my cheeseless pizza, which is convenient because my girlfriend now works for Domino's.
I like my meat lovers.
See, I can eat regular pizza. It's just I'll go on the app and I'll
White
order
pizza.
it without cheese. I'll just remove the cheese off of it,
I thought
and they'll still make it like the regular pizza.
I thought mozzarella was okay for lactose intolerant.
I just don't risk it.
Yeah, because I always thought it was like more of like an oil based than it was actual dairy, or
Man,
it doesn't have whatever it is that dairy normally has. That
I'm just gonna be honest. It's just a mixture of IBS and lactose intolerance. So
I get the IBS right there with you.
my my digestive system will just play a game of fuck around and find out when I eat something.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, you want to eat Burger King? All right, yeah, we'll let you eat it today.
I don't like Burger
Motherfucker,
King.
you just ate this yesterday. No, get it out.
I don't like Burger King. Burger King gives me chorro.
Well, I was just using that as an example.
I know. I was too.
Now, if I really, really, really want to go do a cleanse, I'll eat at a gas station.
Oh, good lord.
Guaranteed within 30 minutes, that and Olive Garden. I cannot eat at Olive Garden.
No, what you need to do is you need to go to a gas station that sells sushi.
No, that's just
I'm just talking about regular hot bar gas station stuff. Doesn't matter whether it's the potato wedges, the chicken, the pizza.
No, see
I need to be near a bathroom within 30 minutes.
Jahilier, what you're talking about is just straight up you want to experience food poisoning and never have. Get the sushi from a gas station. Guaranteed to give you food poisoning.
I learned something. Through TikTok. When you see food grade sushi,
That's a dangerous statement to make.
Oh. No, I'm sorry. Not food grade sushi. It's sushi grade fish. That's what it was. Sushi grade fish is a lie. Because all fish is safe for sushi. The only thing that is identifying is that this was a farm-raised fish instead of a wild-caught fish.
Mm-hmm.
And that's more in regards to the raw versus the cooked sushi.
Mm-hmm. When you have sushi, usually the only things that are actually cooked are going to be any shellfish, eel, calamari.
Yeah, I was going to say
Octopus. Yeah. Basically, anything that is not actual, like, fish, like tuna, salmon, those kind of things. If it's not any of those, it's going to be cooked.
I'm just going to say, living in Memphis, I'm sure every city has got their own custom sushi roll. We've got one called the Pyramid. And this motherfucker's got so much shit. The next time I might actually order one tonight and just go get it. The sushi place is within walking distance of my apartment.
You'd make my wife jealous.
It's like not even 2 minutes driving to this place. It's that close.
My reader would be jealous.
And I'll post a picture of the pyramid roll the next time I get it. Because it's not even in the traditional roll. It's actually flat face down, and it's pyramided. Just like you would see a pyramid.
Mhm.
One piece of sushi at the top, and then it will just go down in a, lack of a better term, in a pyramid
Mhm.
stack. And then they just drizzle, more like drench, to be honest, the spicy sauce on it. And then you get shredded crayfish. Because you're in the South. You're going to put fucking crayfish on everything. I really need to look this up now. Okay, hold on.
I will say this: I have learned I really like eel. Unagi.
I actually tried it. It wasn't that bad. I'm not that much of a fan of it, but it wasn't bad. Because my roommate paid for what's called the boat,
Mm-hmm.
and you get to pick like 5 or 6 sushi rolls to put in it.
Yeah, we here in my city we have a couple all-you-can-eat sushi bars. So you go in, you pay a price, and you get all the sushi you can eat, and it's made right there, fresh for you.
Tokyo Grill. And you always know the place is good when it's called like Tokyo Grill.
If it does anything other than dedicated sushi, or
Oh no,
it,
this is a sushi bar and grill.
oh no,
This
I'd
is
say
a
like
hibachi grill.
I
Or
was gonna say
hibachi.
if it's anything that combines. All right, Zembri, take care.
Later.
If it's any,
Kids and dogs are harassing me. That was me earlier.
Mhm.
Just break out the taser and the pepper spray. They'll get the message.
If the establishment says like pizza and sushi, stay away from the sushi. If it's sushi and Asian food, okay, you're probably going to get decent sushi.
Nope, that's not it.
If it's obviously dedicated sushi, you're probably going to get some pretty decent sushi.
Zimbri, where do you find these fucking memes?
Alright, so this it's called the Memphis roll. It's got tempura shrimp, avocado, spicy crawfish, cream cheese, fried sweet potatoes on top with special sauce. Now, obviously, I get the cream cheese substituted out for something else.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what this has. And it is delicious. And actually, I can just share the... And it's $13 for this thing, but you get a massive amount of sushi roll with it.
12 pieces? Yeah, sounds about right. And that do look good too. I've never had crawfish, I'll be honest.
It's definitely a southern thing. It's a lot of work for a little bit of meat.
Well, yeah.
The other thing I like to do is we've got plenty of them around because of the area. Is boil in bag seafood.
Yeah, because I mean, everyone knows I live in Texas. Obviously, HEB is our #1 big grocery store. Crawfish season, they have come in. You want crawfish? We give you by the big scoops. How much do you want? How many pounds of crawfish do you want?
There's a place closer to my parents now, but when we lived, they still live in Mississippi. I don't. Obvious reasons. I'm in Memphis now. There was a place about 5, maybe 10 minutes from our first apartment out here that you could buy a 5-pound bag of crayfish. And that motherfucker would last. This is one of my other favorite rolls. A Winchester roll, because I live on just off of Winchester Road.
Mm-hmm.
Spicy crab meat, shrimp tempura, eel, cream cheese, jalapeno inside a deep fried roll with special sauce. I'm sorry, what the fuck? Okay, they have a new roll, and it's called the number 2 Sexy Tokyo roll. I'm making myself hungry right now.
I'm sorry, what?
I'll share it, hold on. Just so you know I'm not lying.
What is your y'all's favorite food to eat? Like, if you had to pick a style of food, what would you choose to eat?
Seafood.
Seafood. If I see it, I eat it.
Right. Not just that, but actual, like, seafood.
Okay, but what I mean is, like, Asian, Mexican, French, Italian.
Well,
American.
Unfortunately, Latino food has too much cheese for me. They put cheese on everything.
Yeah.
See, I'm actually going to go with authentic. And I say authentic Mexican, as authentic Mexican as you can get in America, and not being on the border. Actually, I take that back. Having been
I have
on
a
Laredo,
Latino girlfriend. I can get authentic Mexican.
does she have any friends?
She has a sister. And actually, she's not even Mexican. She's Venezuelan.
Ooh.
Oh, please.
She's the spicy
Please tell me she's got
Latina.
friends. Please tell me she's got friends.
I told you she has a sister. You didn't hear me.
Does her sister like to palm a razor blade like in different parts of her clothing just in case things get weird?
I don't know. I've never met her. She lives in Florida.
Oh, yes.
She's like, ah, shit.
This just took a turn.
Yes, it did. We might want to stop recording now.
Oh no, because I was gonna. Because I was gonna say.
You wanted late night with Cadis and Zell. So welcome to the late night.
Mando after dark.
Yes.
And Zell has no time restriction because her daughters is at work.
Oh, nice. My time restriction is 2 a.m.
So this is going to be an extra long podcast. This is going to be
For the
like
record.
this is going to have a special tag to it.
Now, do y'all consider Panda Express Asian?
That is the Taco
No.
Bell of Asian food.
Yes,
That is
I've never heard that one. But I like.
that is the Taco Bell of Chinese.
Yes.
But granted,
Ooh, I've got Wang's Mandarin House nearby.
but
Oh
the
no,
thing,
that's 7 miles. That ain't nearby.
but the thing is,
I like Wang's.
I will happily eat
I'm gonna
at
tell your
Panda Buffet.
girlfriend.
I will happily eat at Panda Express.
Oh, we got one that's 4 miles.
Taco Bell is something I get when I'm craving the Baja Blast and have been drinking.
See, Taco Bell is something I crave whenever I miss the feeling of liquid fire shooting out my asshole.
Now, see, that's
And it
it
happens
miss
quite
on me
frequently.
too, because I'll order Taco Bell without cheese. I'll go into the Taco Bell app, order my food, go pick it up. I won't sit in the drive-thru and say, "I want a 7-layer burrito, but I don't want any cheese on it." I'm not going to be that mean to the people behind me. I'll special order it in the app.
Okay.
Wait, are we still recording?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
I did not hear him say we're stopping.
Have you heard me do the thing of Ibikruni?
Just now.
Aside.
Yeah, I mean, you just did it, so I mean, I'm confused now.
Have you heard me go through
Dude,
the
I don't know
whole?
what to do.
Have you heard me go through the outro of saying thanks to everyone?
You
I don't know,
the
you
voice in
just
my head,
did.
yes.
Is that y'all's hint of saying we should wrap this up?
I don't know.
Oh fuck no! I was just
I was gonna
checking.
say because I'm still good.
I was governing what I was gonna say because it's like the other fun thing too that I think would be awesome is if we had like a
This is
Mandoa After Dark and / bloopers, so people could hear us like have our bloopers type shit.
I mean, honestly, that's what the entire podcast was, basically, before Zell started.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just did not give no fucks anymore about editing, and I wanted people to have fun listening, too.
I think this one I'm gonna leave intact and just get rid of like dead air.
There's probably a considerable amount this time around.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I can order alcohol on DoorDash?
Yep.
Oh, it's Walgreens. Okay, the fuck? I can actually order from a place called Liquor and Wine for Less. Discount wine and liquor.
Sounds like a fun time to me.
I actually had a beer today.
Sounds like College Station.
That wasn't something I brewed.
Oh, that's something we haven't talked about. Brewing.
Yeah, we'll just make that into another. That, honestly, home brewing deserves its own special podcast anyways.
Fair enough, because I also know kind of distilling. Somewhat.
Which, if y'all lucky, I might actually live stream making a brew.
Ooh.
I have a webcam now.
How's that?
I think I told you I found the liquidation warehouses, the return cancellation warehouses.
Mm-hmm.
I got that for 50 cents.
Nice.
And it's a decent one too. Let me where's my camera? Yeah, y'all get to look at my fat ass here for a second.
That's actually a pretty good clarity too.
It really is, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of sitting up on top of my monitor here. Don't mind the mess here, but this is my setup.
Mm.
For hi. I don't know who's on your screen, but hi.
Well, now it's Mandalore the Conqueror.
I was gonna say, wasn't that like Mara Jade?
No, I think it was Jin Urso. Then I got my 3D printer back there. Some of the stuff that I've been working on recently. This is my take on a Corota Beskar, like what Grant has.
Yeah, that turned out nice.
It really did. Now the problem is, put this back up here real quick so I can get into my trash. And I've got the gunmetal color that I've been working on has not been coming out right. It's been like this one actually came out. Oops. Well, fuck me. This one actually came out pretty decently. All except that side, like where I put my trash. You see it's actually the bottom left, but the right side of the picture. It is having trouble with that, and then I'm getting issues like this.
A bit of warpage or layer.
Not just warpage, but
delamination.
Like delamination, yeah, Jinx.
There you go.
Hold on, fuck out of there. It's brittle. Like I shouldn't be able to do that with this.
Isn't that that's a temperature issue, isn't it?
I don't know, because toss that back down there. I can take this one. I didn't like this one because of the supports on the back. Really, there we go. You see all that mess on the inside of my sigil?
Mm.
I couldn't get that cleaned out. But with this one,
Yeah.
I can't fucking break it.
Which
This
is good.
one,
It's gonna prove you wrong.
well, it's the points right here. It's digging into my palm.
Mm-hmm.
But I
For
don't
the
know
people
how-
for the people listening in right now, we're watching him manipulate some of the productions of the Heart of
Heart of Iron. Kotobeskar.
yeah, the Heart of Iron. Yeah.
Do you see how it's kind
Mhm.
of breaking apart a little bit?
Yeah, the delamination.
This one is it's printed the exact same. Both of these were supposed to print at 100%. This one, not even bending.
Mm-hmm.
This one,
What's the material?
PLA. This one is a Sunlu filament. This one is Polymaker, Polylight.
Well, there's your problem.
We've gone to their site to see what their setting recommendations are.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I just thought about this.
Puppers.
That's my puppy. That's Jen. And that's my girlfriend's dog.
Oh, he's beautiful.
So why did I see 3 electric collars on your desk? What's the third one for?
You're talking about all those
They're-
other ones
I,
back?
no, I was accusing you of certain stuff. We're just gonna move past that.
It's for the girlfriend.
Different colored stuff on the desk? What?
He said you had a third shot collar on the desk. 2 of them for the dog. What's the third one for?
Oh, are you talking about this one?
No, let's just move on.
I got it.
Moment passed.
Exactly.
Thank you, Zell.
Exactly.
No, okay, all right. For everybody at home, I just want to document this verbally. He's currently putting on the dog collar, and it fits him a little too well.
No adjustment needed.
This is my dog's collar, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, your
Mhm.
dog's okay.
Oh god, where's the end?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm sure your name, but it's she's warded off.
I mean, just remember, we have a tenet that says, "Do not judge." Except by
I'm
one's
not.
actions.
I'm only judging by your actions, and your actions scare me.
Hi, Leo. What's up, Dum Dum? Don't you go nosing that leash. I know you're not. You do not need to go out.
Yeah, you just went.
Yes. That dog.
So, I genuinely like. This is something else that I'm kind of concerned about, and I'm going to blame it on multiple factors. But have y'all noticed how many power outages have been occurring within the United States?
Yes.
Shit, we just had some here in Memphis just because of these storms that rolled through.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna blame it on the weather as well as the fact it's summertime. And summertime it's known, it's a known issue that in the summer power outages happen more frequently because of the
Motherfuckers don't like the hot.
strain it puts on the
Towers and whatnot.
yeah.
Oh,
Transformers.
I can tell you right now, my girlfriend likes this apartment to be freezing.
That's one of the worst things you could actually do to your AC.
And I have to fight to keep mine at 67. That's, yeah.
Oh, trust me, I know the feeling. My wife is a little Arctic hare.
Like, I've got a blanket in my lap because I'm not going to fuck with the temperature because my electric bill is already $214 fucking for last month.
Shit. Oh, sick.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, what's your power bill looking like down there in Tejas?
That's right.
Bold of you to assume I pay that. As I said,
Ah,
I live with my in-laws. Sadly.
$214 due on the 28th, which I've got that payment scheduled.
I mean, one nice thing that helps, because here, I mean, we've already been in triple digits.
Same. Well, for the field lights, we haven't actually reached the actual 100-degree mark yet.
We hit triple digits back in May.
Internet connection was restored. I didn't know I lost internet.
Nor did I.
The Xfinity box is still white, so.
I don't know. But,
Thought that could have been a really bad race joke. Thank you for not taking that down.
I didn't even think about that. I'm a techie. I hear like colored lights and whatnot. It's like, yeah, that's supposed to be that way. Or no, that shouldn't be that color.
And for the game that I play, meet Steve. He's my cool
see,
friend.
I was very distracted because I was responding to a new friend that I just made from social media.
What is that? Sorry to cut you off, Jahalir.
A puka fish
Puka fish.
from Destiny 2. It's the collectible that came out with the Lightfall expansion.
Oh, okay.
Nerd. For those of you in the audience just listening, I just got the bird. Bird is the word.
Anyways, you met some friends.
Oh no, it's a friend of the female variety. And I realized she sent me her number about 30 minutes ago. And I was like, ooh, yeah, let me go ahead and text her real quick so that way she doesn't like get the wrong idea.
Don't forget the lotion.
Lear in a little bit.
Don't forget the lotion.
That's why I went.
But
I'm a lonely man. I'm sorry.
For those listening at this point, this is this is the podcast after hours. We're going. This apparently has become a special now of just divulge into random whatever we want to talk about. That's going to be somewhat related.
Where I'm going to be turning my webcam on and y'all get to see me do shit.
I mean,
I'll go ahead and give you guys a view of what I look like too, since Nikon did it. Hold up.
I mean, hell.
Oh my god, my hair is doing its own thing.
I mean, hell. No one can see this other than you two, so fuck it. Wait.
For anybody wondering, for whatever reason, he's wearing a dress and a pink wig. It's kind of odd.
No. Closest you'll see me into getting into a dress or whatever is a kilt, sir. And yes, I do derive from a Scottish slang. So
it's funny because I do theater stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a thespian, if you will, the theater.
And
exactly. In the last production I was in, I had a female role, and they did my makeup. I was in a dress. They gave me the assets, and I felt like the hot chick in the room for about 30 seconds.
And then the guys came in and did like, Did you feel pretty? Okay. I'm not repeating what just happened because I am an advocate for mental health, and I know. I was well aware. It's just I am an advocate for mental health and
Okay, Nikon, you're
so,
devolving so quickly.
and suicide prevention. I have lost people to that kind of thing, so I understand that why you did that. And I'm not I don't wish for you to feel bad by me saying this. It's just for me.
Still have that mental image of him in that dress. That's why I did that.
So
I had that
to kind of
I needed to get it out.
to kind of change the subject, but to address knives as well, right? So it begs the question of a knife such as this, and for everybody wondering, this is a H&K out the front. Give me a second, and I'll give you the exact stuff. Mini incursion, right? And this would be considered, in my opinion, a pretty nice, pricey knife that I would consider a gentleman's knife. At what point would we consider a knife to be a special occasion, or a weapon to be a special occasion or ceremonial weapon, versus a utility knife that, like, okay, don't get me wrong, like, this is my camping knife that I spent way too much money on that I beat the hell out of.
Okay.
Question.
I think I've got a good example for you here.
Here's my question in regards to your camping knife. When you say you spent too much money on it, how much use have you actually gotten out of it?
Not incredibly much, but the use I have gotten out of it has proven its worth.
I was going to say, if it's proven its worth, you can't necessarily say you spent too much on it.
I definitely felt validated in my purchase whenever I went camping. Mm-hmm. And I literally took an axe and was using the backside of an axe to baton.
You were batoning you were batoning your knife with an axe.
Yes.
With the back of an axe.
Yes. Now, for the record, it was because it was a smaller piece of wood that there was no way to hold up the piece of wood for me to axe it. So I basically had to put this in place, use it to hold, and then baton to the back of this knife. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This one here is my main carry.
Okay, well, let me go get my main carries then. Fuck!
Well, here's my main one, and then this is my kind of backup-ish. It's a little more decorative. My reader got me this one. For those that can't see, it's got a bit of a blue dragon motif.
I like that.
Yeah.
All right, so these are my two everyday carry knives.
He's beautiful.
I've got the stabby.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've got the one that I will use for cutting open tape boxes and cutting stretch wrap because I work in a warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
And then moving to the ones that I keep next to the bed.
That's not a knife. This is a knife.
Oh no, this ain't a knife. This is a knife.
Oh God, you actually have one of those? Good Lord.
For the people in the audience, he just pulled out a folding knife that the handle itself is the length of his forearm.
For reference.
Oh, hold on. Let me take a guess. That is about, the handle itself is about 8 inches.
Close. Very close. 8.5.
8.5, okay. And then that probably makes the blade probably somewhere from anywhere from
Just take an overall guess now.
overall guess.
Yeah.
Gonna go with about 15.
Exact.
Mm-hmm.
15 exact. 1'3".
Sorry, I'm currently looking for my CLP because when I pulled that blade out, I didn't realize that I had done the aftercare for it after I took it camping, and I just took it out again for the first time in a while, and I'm like, ooh, don't be mad at me. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Like I was apologizing to the blade.
As you should.
I got a better one. Hold on.
You treat, as Mandalorians, as keepers of the way, we treat our treasures, our blades, everything with the respect they deserve, for they have a soul of their own, and they protect us. I know you're a trucker, but it looks like you're in an RV. You got one of those fancy big rigs.
It pretty much is. No, this is actually a mid-roof.
Hold on. That's a knife.
You're cute, sir. You're cute. I don't have them with me. They are currently in storage. But that's cute that you think that's a knife. Sadly, realistically, that's decorative.
Oh yeah, 100%. This is.
I would not be using that anywhere in battle.
So I'm gonna say I'm my own contractor, just for my own legal reasons. But this is currently my top bunk. Forgive the mess that it is. But this is the right-hand side of it. I got all my oh shit stuff. Just right here because this is my home.
Yeah. I mean, for literal all intents and purposes, yeah, that is your home.
Yeah. So when I go home, everything comes back out. All I'm going to say for the listeners, for legal reasons, is my equipment stays with me.
I mean, if you own your own rig, you're legally allowed to.
Actually, this doesn't have a good edge on it anymore. But this is... I don't remember which... This is what I'm showing off.
Bayonet.
Yeah.
Oh, you're one of those drivers.
Yeah, don't repeat that.
What did I miss?
Well, we'll tell you later.
Hey, you leave that soda bottle alone.
Just don't repeat what you're about to see.
Yeah, I'm typing it out real quick. Check chat.
I'm sorry. My condolences.
That's all I gotta say. Let's hope you're the rare good ones.
Oh, I'm a part of the elite division of this particular group.
Okay, so
that doesn't say much from what I've seen.
Halir, did you happen to see that video that I posted a couple months ago? In the, I think it was in the cantina. It was about.
I'm gonna say no.
Let's see if I can find it. It's gonna be fucking back there. I gotta go with all these damn sub memes.
Oh damn, that actually looks really good. But Zambri posted her dinner for the evening, which is cheddar bacon sausage with asparagus and pasta. Which looks possibly
Screams and lactose intolerant.
Which looks to be possibly a butter and garlic tossed pasta, maybe.
Cantina chat gets fucking busy sometimes.
It's the main one that everyone talks in.
It really does.
Oh, hold on. For the audience, I'm going to go pick out. There was a quote that I saw that I wanted to read to the audience. So if you're not in the Discord, I would highly recommend you join it so that way you can get the full story for this quote. Hold on. Threading a poo into a needle holder. LOL.
I'm sorry, wait, what was that?
Go look from yesterday, probably around 9 or 10 o'clock at night.
No, it's
West
today
Mid-
at 5:52 p.m. for Eastern time.
I'm talking about that entire conversation. Go back to about 9 or 10 o'clock, I think, is about when it started.
On which one?
Straight Cantina.
Cantina 1.
Go to 10 o'clock yesterday?
Somewhere around there.
Let's see.
It's between West Mitten and Talon. Oh, there it is.
I'm not seeing it. Sure, it's in Cantina 1 and
I
not.
tagged you in the message earlier.
Oh. Oh, that was the one from your work that you showed up to?
Yes. Someone made the comment, was it a Swift driver?
Mm-hmm.
It's always Swift, man.
Oh, yeah, that was me. I'm the one that made that comment.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Nice.
You forgot your own quote?
I forget a lot of the things, sir. I forget a lot of what I post in a lot of places, and good lord, do I need a trim.
And we're going to ignore the fact that I didn't even know that you were the one that sent it. I just saw the quote.
Was it a Swift driver? Yeah, no, that was me.
Apparently, I'm my bad, Zell. That conversation was actually today at like 11 to 5 ish. Like there's even a picture. Oh, actually, about a half hour before the comment that you just said about the poo in a needle hole.
Oh, between Haran and West.
Yeah. I thought it was talent because I thought it was a conversation before that when they were talking about shit in their pants.
As long as they're wearing the brown pants, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know that pirate joke, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Captain tells a sailing on the sea.
Red shirt.
Watchman,
Yeah.
Captain, enemy ship on the horizon. Bring me my red shirt.
Shirt.
Battle ensues. After the battle. First mate, Captain, why did you ask for your red shirt? So that if I got hit, the men would not see me bleed and they would fight on. Week goes by. Watchman yells out, Captain, 20 enemy ships on the horizon. Captain looks to his first mate.
Brown pants.
You want to know what my response would have been? Turn this fucker around! No, turn this fucker around and get the fuck out.
Run.
Change our flag so we look like non-pirates? But you were actually asking a question in regards to like knives, when like ceremony versus like actual
right.
use and whatnot. To answer this question, I am going to emphasize that this is currently our personal opinions and has not been officially established anything of the as of right now. For those
Weapon of any kind right
Well, just in general, like what constitutes a weapon, what doesn't constitute a weapon, those kind of things.
Say everything we've shown constitutes a weapon.
Yeah.
In one state or another.
California, it's everything we've shown. But everything we talk about in regards to
this might be classified as an antique.
Depends on how old it is.
World War II, I think.
I believe it's sometime before the 1900s.
I just want to point out too how hard sell works to try and stay on one topic, and me and Nikon just fucking go, oh, that's cute.
It's like we're playing fuck around to find out with everything.
Hey, I do it pretty. I feel like I do a damn good job.
Sushi a half hour ago.
Hey, we were talking about food. Hey, we were talking about food.
No, I've got the chat on my screen, and then I've got
oh yeah,
sushi pictures on the side. I was like, oh, I was supposed to be ordering food a while ago. I'm pretty sure they're closed now. I think they said they were closing at 9:25, and it is now 9:42.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so
no sushi for you.
To clarify, to give kind of a clarifying statement regarding like this particular knife right here, I would consider this to be a gentleman knife, so to speak, something you'd wear to like a suit and tie affair, versus something like that may be a little bit cheaper.
This would be my version of the gentleman's knife.
Welcome back.
I recant my statement. That's not a cheaper knife. I apologize.
Welcome back, Aruhutun.
Now, if I wanted to make it a...
We are on the podcast after hours.
Yep.
Still recording, mind you. Still recording.
You're still recording. I was going to say, are we doing cards before I pass the fuck out?
I mean, we can.
Cards Against Humanity?
The other two.
No, the other game.
Sabak.
I have not played Sabak.
I actually have Sabak cards.
I've never played Sabak, honestly, though I've always wanted to learn.
Let me see if I can find my...
what are you flipping there?
I'm going to switch to my PC real quick.
This is my work knife. It's an X-Acto blade, and then on top of that, I can use it as a hammer if I need to. So what I'll do is I'll put my finger through it like this, and I'll use it as a hammer. If a hammer is just too unwieldy, I'll do this so that way I won't hurt myself when I'm banging something.
Okay, so for reference, I'm looking over on this side, on the other side of my computer for my poker box. You see that kind of silverish looking thing behind the black and red?
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. It was behind my fat ass.
Autohutun's moving to his computer.
I have had this for years now.
But if we can we go ahead and address the gentleman knife versus everyday carry knife, so to speak, real quick before we...
for me personally, I would have to say, like, because ceremonial things are supposed to be like embellished and
it depends on the ceremony too.
Traditionally, they're not used for what they look like they should. However, granted, considering who we are and everything, it should still be viable use.
Are we talking about trial by combat?
No, we're talking about like the difference between a ceremonial, like take knives for example, a ceremony knife versus your everyday knife.
I would go further and say like one you would carry at a wedding, or a sermon versus your EDC.
Yeah,
I feel like they could be placed in both categories though. Like if weapons are sacred, then therefore they're kind of both use.
Like
Mhm.
I would classify this one myself as the sermon or wedding night, personal, because it's real nice looking. It's got good length, good
Mhm.
balance.
For those,
This
listen.
one would be my put on the shelf knife,
Mhm.
being 15-inch blade or 15-inch altogether, and then my everyday stabby stab.
Mhm. So to me, I would say like for ceremonies like weddings, coming of age kind of things, that's something that you would have like your knife that is very pristine. It's elegant. It has a bit of grace and elegance to it. It's not something that you're going to take out camping.
Nope.
And you can use in that type of environment. It's something that looks nice and fits in the environment that it's going to be in. Your everyday carry can still look nice, obviously, and all that. I'm not saying it doesn't have to, but just know, an everyday knife, you still love it, you still maintain it. It's just probably going to end up looking more well used than a ceremonial knife.
I mean, I have a nice Irish dagger that's for when the British feet walk all over us.
I would love to get my hands on a dirk.
Oh, I've got the Mosin with the spiky boy. It doesn't have the knife bayonet. It's got the just big old rod.
I was about to say that's not a.
That's not a bayonet. That's a
spear.
shish kebab. That's a skewer.
Yeah, that's a spear.
You use that to poke the guy in the foxhole next to you.
It's ribbed for her pleasure.
Welcome to After Dark, people.
Hey, Joe.
Don't worry,
Are you on a
it
fucking
feels
plane?
just as good coming out as it does going in.
No, he's in his truck.
That's a weird cabin for a truck.
He's a driver.
Oh, it's the back part. Okay. It looks like a plane from where I'm sitting.
No, it's a semi truck. So I'm sitting in the
Gotcha,
driver's seat
fair
right
enough.
now. My bed is right there.
He's a special driver.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm also a special driver, but I have a shitty Sonic.
No.
Oh,
Oh
no.
no, I'm certified.
Oh.
I'm certified.
He's a very special truck driver.
We're not going to say the company.
Mm-mm.
Uh-oh, it's a federal agency.
No. Might as well be. They're that special.
As special as they seem to be, yeah, you'd think they would be.
Or Bard Fucktasterly. Bard fucks a lot. Sorry, I got it wrong.
Bard fucks a lot, yeah.
I do this because
my racist Bard character.
There you go. Go look in your DMs.
just don't say anything.
I swear to God, if it's a cock.
Hit it with an iron pole.
I'm gonna let y'all know this now. Me picking on you means I like you.
So I'm currently being summoned. I may be back by the time y'all are gone. I may not. So if that's the case, it was awesome hanging out with you, and I really hope we can continue doing this later on the after hours.
I think we're gonna start doing evening streams more often.
On the last two.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly because then I can get stupid fucking drunk.
Alright, I'll holler
I've
at y'all
got a
in
bottle
little
of
bit.
Gentleman Jack sitting over here.
I have a 2-day-old beer can that I can still drink out of right now.
Got about 2 liters of mead.
Share.
It's flat, but I guess Pilsners don't lose their flavor
Flat beer.
after 2 days of being opened.
You want to know what's funny?
Got the question about the knives taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
This is what we're talking about.
Oh yeah, I
no.
know about Sabak. I know about it. I just never played it.
Now, there's two different rule sets, and it depends on the deck you get, because there's the Galaxy Edge shit, and then there's the Han Solo weird crap. So there's literally two different games.
Hyperspace props on Etsy. Is we got ours from.
Yep, and we didn't get the same deck, but we got similar decks that actually work together.
I thought you got the same one I did. I sent the link to it.
Well, show the case of yours again, because I'm pretty sure mine's different.
I mean, it's gonna be the same as this.
Yeah, no, mine doesn't look like that, but it's similar.
I don't know where my case went. It's up
behind you
somewhere. Where behind me? There's a lot behind me. You know that.
I mean, the silver one was behind you. I figured, maybe the other one is too. Thank you all for all those listening. Thank you for joining us. Check us out on Discord, where you too can partake in these random possible Mando after hour type things that I'm not entirely sure how often they will be, but join the Discord, join the Facebook group, check us out on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, all the socials. Link is in the description. I'm going to talk to Alore in regards to YouTube, us doing these more video for the next season. I know I haven't talked to you, Kabor, about this. I was going to discuss it with you and then see if we can't do like posting these for the visual portions on YouTube.
Who's Kabur's not here?
Or not Kabur.
Yeah, join us and become a problem today.
Cadus.
Yeah.
My brain is fried. I need sleep. But
good night, guys.
I'm going to talk to you, Cadus, in regards to doing more video presentation, putting that on YouTube so people can easily watch those while still also having the podcast on Spotify. And then also talk to an Alore about those. Also, I've been sort of on and off talking in regards to doing streaming these to where people can catch them live. I can't hear you if you're talking.
You're mouthing, I can't hear you. How's it going?
Trying to fuck with me, yeah.
Just a little bit. I was like, ooh, I wonder. Zell.
Oh, sick COVID. Oh, sick COVID. Anyways, so there are things that I have planned for discussions. Nothing is set in stone right now, but join us on the Discord, and who knows, maybe it'll be a discussion there that you can weigh in on, or maybe on the Facebook or wherever it may be. As I said, check out our link tree. Link is in the description here on Spotify, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, or not Twitch. Twitter, Facebook, Insta, TikTok, all those fun places. Are we going to be doing like brewing and whatnot next?
Actually, I was just looking that up, and I'm also going to point out, please go hit up the Mandalorian Armorers Guild, help out a crafter today, because without people ordering things, we really don't have much going on. We've got anything from 3D printed Carota Beskars or the Heart of Irons. We've got the metal Heart of Irons. We've got leather workers. We got knife makers. That link is also on the link tree. It's the Facebook group that we have for the guild. As for in 2 weeks, because we've gone bi-monthly on these, the topic will be home brewing. And honestly, I think that's going to be enough for one. We really don't have anything else in there that will go with that, besides maybe, besides maybe food again.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you can never talk about food too much.
Just remember to eat beforehand.
Yes.
A warning ahead of time.
Well, usually I would have just gotten home from the parents, because usually Sunday night I go out there for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
But because of my nephew's birthday, we just all got together there, and my mother wasn't planning on cooking dinner tonight, so no point going out there.
Mm-hmm.
This has been your host, Kadis, or Nedumish Nakan, and Ibik Runi.
This is co-host Zanamore. This is the way. Ibikruni.